Play.
All right, let's switch over to the two women's matches today. Let's begin with the match of the day across all four quarterfinals that we saw. Aryna Sabalenka against Laura Siegemund. I mean, it was a much... There was, you know, the way this match panned out wasn't... Even though I had Laura a distant second favourite in this two-horse race, it was also one of the ways I could see Aryna winning this match, in that it was a bit dramatic and she does lose the first set, and maybe Aryna's not quite at her best, and Laura does get under her skin. I think it was at the end of the second set when Laura went off for a break, and as soon as it happened, Aryna said to the umpire how long she got, and I think the umpire says 5 minutes, and you knew that she wouldn't have said that with 90% of the tour leaving the court at that point. And she was saying it to lay the grounds of, as soon as we get to 5 minutes, I'm going to be tapping my watch. But it was a bit more than, of course, a lot more than that got under Aryna's skin in terms of...
And a lot more than that also in this toilet break.
Oh, go on. What happened? Or maybe I missed something.
In terms of the duration, I mean...
it was more than 5 minutes. It was more than 5 minutes. Yeah. But Laura obviously being her wily self in those moments by taking a bit more than 5 minutes. But I don't think there was huge gaps in terms, because I know it has been an issue with Laura as well in the past of taking lengthy amounts of time to serve. I think that was the thing that got under Coco's skin, wasn't it, in New York a couple of years ago. But there was also a lot of the tennis coming up from Laura that was annoying Aryna today. Before I just get your thoughts on it, there was a point 3-1 love 15 on the Sabalenka serve. Now it's not quite love, but still, given the nature of the match, and she's got a really easy volley at the net. She's sort of on the run for it, Laura.
Yeah, it's not that easy, but I think I remember which point you mean. Yeah,
it's a put away. It's not easy. But it's
like she's not very close to the net, right? She's not very close to the net.
Gap, a little gap, and it is on the run. I think it's probably what makes it maybe just
somewhat, yeah.
But it is a volley she puts away 7 or 8 times out of 10, if not a 9 out of 10. and she doesn't. Now that goes love 30, and given the breakfast we had seen until then, and I just wonder if that wasn't the only moment, because she gets to 3-2 and then 4-3. Every time Aryna gets her teeth into the match, I kept thinking, okay, here we go. So whether that be the breakup that Aryna goes in the second set, or the sealing of the second set, and yet it's Lauda who gets the first break of serve in the third, I think it was, before Aryna then gets it back on serve. And interrupt me if I've got any of these stats wrong. But then at 4-3, once it gets to 4-all, and then for the first time in the match, I think I said something, and this is pretty much a guesstimate, but I think the match was 2 hours and 54, and I think Aryna led it for about 4 minutes, pretty much. And yeah, but of course it's the final 4 minutes, and you just need to win the last point of the match. Anyway, thoughts on anything I've said, or just thoughts in general on that match?
I think she might have won the first game as well in the third set. But anyway, not that important. Yeah, I think so. But not that important anyway. Yeah, I mean, everything about Siegemund's game and personality really is about annoying the opponent. She was taking so much time to serve. She was also extending the gaps between the points on return to Sabalenka's frustration. Whether it's gamesmanship or whether it's outside the rules, I think that's for the umpire to decide, really. Like, if it's too much, then she should get punished for it. On serve, I think she got her first time violation like 2 hours 15 minutes into the match. Okay. Again, I couldn't really see the shot clock on the broadcast, so I can't say if the umpire was correct or not in giving it so late, because she did take so much time to serve. Of course, between the serves, when she misses the first, she's got infinite time. That's just how the rules are written. Yeah, maybe wrongly, but that is the case. And yeah, I think that's all very, very annoying, and also combined with her court craft, obviously, just the way she lures you in and just makes you play so uncomfortable, like shots that you aren't used to, very much unconventional. So many like cat and mouse points that she's good at. Yeah, but when she actually could finish off the match, she wasn't able to. She didn't have the 3 points that obviously Sabalenka gets. She didn't really have anything for free when Sabalenka just decided to just trade forehand slices with her. Sabalenka just thought, okay, yeah, I'm gonna play your game, and then Siegemund, because of how nervous she was, I suppose, she wasn't really able to put it away in the third. Basically, everything that she was doing up until that point, like if she just kept it up, probably gives her the win. But she's just starting to miss some neutral forehand slices, which is really an unmissable shot if you're just playing it like that. And an opportunity missed for her, but I saw a comment, somebody put it on my Twitter, that said that this was a performance unworthy of a world number one from Sabalenka. I actually think it's completely the other way around. It's very much that, just fighting through and surviving a match that frustrates you, an opponent that is annoying you so much. It's actually a performance very much worthy of being a world number one. Her consistency at the slams is something that we've said so many things about. I don't think she's on a streak of semis, but she's definitely on a streak of quarterfinals, at least, that is lasting for such a long time right now.
2021, I think. 2021 Wimbledon, maybe even. Did she get to the semis that year? So
no, that was a semi, yeah.
Yeah, so French Open 21, I think.
Yeah, which is insane. Like, especially for a player who, getting onto the tour, we were thinking was going to be another one of these erratic power hitters. And for a long time, she was. And now you just can always put her into the quarterfinals, at least at a major. Of course, the seeding helps with that, but still, I mean, she just never loses. She pulls through matches like this, and that's why, she's number one by a very healthy number of points, despite not winning a slam this year.
She had a toughish draw as well, and so actually I thought this one might be the first year that she doesn't get to a quarter since that French Open in 2021, because I had Vondrousova, playing her in the third round, her Berlin conqueror, and yet Vondrousova, of course, lost to Raducanu. But anyway, she came to the net 43 times today, but that is also, of course, because of the nature of her opponent. Yeah. But I do want to say something that you touched upon, which I do think was apparent on occasion when it came to Laura, and that was her nerve management. It was really tough for her to serve it out the first time of asking in the first set, and you could see that she was so tight. But she does get over the line in the second set. And then when it came to that third set, 4-3 moment, if you like, when she's up a break there, serving at 4-3, the forehand slice just didn't get slicey anymore. It was just sort of lofting, whether it be on return, the sort of chop return, or just sometimes from neutral positions. It was sort of looping again, super nervy, I thought.
Yeah, sure. I think that's how she lost the break as well. Just Sabalenka puts a decent return in play. She's just trying to forehand slice through the middle of the court. It ends up being long. Yeah. This is stuff that, like, if you're playing this kind of style, you cannot be missing neutral slices. It's just not really something you can do. It's not a shot you're risking on. And yeah, obviously that was also part of the nerves that she was feeling. Maybe a good choice from Sabalenka to just kind of play that game with her in this given moment, you know. Not at the beginning of the match when she was lured into the net, for example, as you highlighted 43 times. She was generally just tempted to, I don't know, hit a big approach shot, you know, whether it lands in or not, whatever, get to the net, whatever the position is. And on that very moment, she just kind of, you know, stayed back, traded these slices with Siegemund. Of course, she doesn't look too comfortable playing them. You know, it's not really her game at all, but it was definitely the right choice at the time. And yeah, one more reason to kind of think that this is a performance worthy of being the world number one.
Sabalenka's opponent in Thursday's semi-final will be Amanda Anisimova. This match took the way that I thought it might, in terms of just Anisimova just being too much in most departments for Pavlyuchenkova.
2022 Roland Garros, by the way, not 21.
Oh, okay. 2022 Roland Garros. Okay.
Yeah, I just checked.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure either by now, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So it's like, what, 11 straight quarterfinals right now, and actually that includes just one quarterfinal loss. So 10 out of the last 11 is semis.
And that quarterfinal loss was against Mila Andreeva when she was sick.
Yeah,
it could have been a point or two either way as well. Yeah, I was mentioning today a sort of natural surfaces slam curse. It's not quite that dramatic. It's not like, you know, she's been in like 3 or 4 French Open and Wimbledon finals. But with Sabalenka's losses, you know, across the natural surfaces, there were many of those where, like, ifs, buts, and maybes. You know, the breakup, was it 1 breakup or 2 breaks up on Mukova in 23?
Definitely a match point, 5-2 and match point. But what's also important to remember is that over the last 5 years, she's only played Wimbledon twice.
Yeah. And those 2 occasions, she been in the semi-final. Now it's 3. Yeah. And obviously, she's been in the semis on every occasion. Yeah. I saw a very I think it was from Fergus, actually, just a wild thing about him going, this is, you know, by far her weakest surface. And I'm like, not at all.
Not at all.
It's just that she just hasn't played enough Wimbledons for a start. And I know that maybe
one was the ban, one was COVID, so nobody played. But still, she didn't play in 20. She didn't play in 22 because of the ban, and then of course last year she was injured. So basically 2 Wimbledons since she became a top-ish player.
serve that the match points came.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Samaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
So, first question. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Great. Yes, I hear you loud and clear. How are you doing today?
Well, how are you?
Not bad. Just come off the tennis court, and I've yet to have a shower because of the speed and haste with which I had to take. So I apologize if that is making me look a little bit less professional, but at least it's tennis related. I will mop my brow and get on with it, as these two tennis players will do. Tell me about this match. Who are you siding with in terms of likely winner here?
This one's pretty even to me, I feel like. Maybe leaning Sabalenka just a little bit. She's won 5 semifinals in a row in Grand Slams. Does very well at this stage. Anisimova, of course, hasn't been to this stage of a tournament for a while, so it's a little bit warmer today than it has been the previous few days. So yeah, my match fitness might come into effect here, and a lot has been made of the head-to-head, which is 5-3 for Anisimova, but Sabalenka has won 3 of the previous 4 matches now, so that's switching up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So you can lean on the head-to-head in one of 2 ways. One is to say, oh, well, it's 5-3 in favor of Anisimova. But as you say, really, we need to it's a bit like the head-to-head, not quite as dramatic, but like Sinner and Medvedev, it's a bit more of an idea to look at the last 6 or 7 than the first 6 or 7. But the other thing as well is I do think you're right. If it gets physical, and mental as well, just seeing Anisimova in the previous round, and this is new territory for her. So again, I didn't realize Sabalenka had won 5 semis in a row. That's particularly impressive considering we used to think she had a semi-final problem. Anisimova's held, by the way. Be interesting to know where our streams are at. Am I ahead of you?
40-30 right now, Anisimova's serving.
Okay.
So I assume she's winning this point.
Yeah. Apologies for spoiling that.
Said.
What about the other women's semi, by the way? What are you thinking about Iga and Bencic?
Sorry?
What about the other women's semi? What are you thinking?
Leaning Iga. I think it's one of a situation where maybe you just take the player with a little more experience. Bencic has been playing incredibly over these 2 weeks, though, and I don't think it's going to be easy for Iga to come through it.
Of course, they had a 4th round clash, didn't they, a couple of years ago, where Iga saved some match points. The 2 Iga matches she had in 23. In fact, her 23 run, there is a parallel universe out there where she wins that tournament, because the quarterfinal she had with the Ukrainian. What's her name? Who's she? Svitolina.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have gone either way as well, I think. I think it was 3 sets from memory. In 23. Let me just check that. Pretty sure it's 3 sets Svitolina against Swiatek. Did you see Bill Ackman playing doubles in Newport?
I did. Look. Yeah, I maybe have thoughts about that, but look, props to him.
Yeah.
For going up, like, you could maybe say he was the one person out there giving full effort.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, Tomic in particular was being particularly generous, I thought.
Yeah. If that's his dream to play a professional tennis match and someone wants to give him that opportunity, that's not his fault.
No.
That someone said yes.
Yeah, right.
But that's not an exhibition match. That's tour level match with points and money on the line.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And also it's not him, but somebody is making that decision, and there is a doubles player out there who is worthy of that spot who doesn't get to play a doubles match.
I mean, you can say the same thing with Jack Sock's spot as well.
Okay, true.
He doesn't play tennis at all anymore, and now he's motivated to play a doubles tournament. that's interesting. But I mean, definitely there's some like exchange of money happening. Like, let's be serious about this. But
Jake, we are live. We're just chatting about some other stuff while we had a couple of, or at least this second service game also looks pretty comfortable. Anisimova held to 30 after Sabalenka dumped a shot into the net, and this has been thus far a reasonable hold, although things could get interesting if Anisimova wins the next 2 points. She looks like she's going to win this point, mind you. So we might yet go to deuce. Oh, okay. No, it's not that. It's what time is it where you are? 8:15? Quarter to 9?
7:43.
Oh, okay. 7:45. Okay.
It's not like terrible, but yes, a little bit earlier than I'm normally on.
We are about to go into your time zone, Carson. I mean, with Newport, we already are. But this is your time now, between now and sort of beginning to mid-September.
Yep, the next couple of months,
yeah,
going to be some much more comfortable times.
But we don't mind it here either. Sabalenka's held, by the way. It's not too bad for us here either. I mean, it's just sort of a lot of this a little bit later, sort of in about an hour from now, sort of, or 2 hours from now start. So sort of 5 o'clock, you come, if you've got a 9 to 5 job, you've got a good 7 hours of tennis before it starts getting a bit uncomfortable, if you like. So the North American swing is fine. Asian swing is weird, but fine. But it is weird, you know, waking up to tennis. But it's still okay. It's a bit like you right now with Wimbledon, I guess. You might be the first, a couple of hours of play, but it's okay. But the worst is obviously when we get to end of December, beginning of January.
Yeah, Australia is eastern coast of Australia is like a 16-hour time jump from us, so it's basically completely ruin your sleep rhythm if you want to follow the Australian Open in any serious way.
Sabalenka held, by the way, to 30, just like Anisimova did, and Anisimova now 15 love up here.
Another interesting note, I hadn't noticed this before I looked through like previous matches, but this is Anisimova's first time playing on center court this year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, she had been on court 1 for her previous matches, which I knew that, but I don't think I had like put it all together that she hasn't been on center court yet.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'm not
it's
sure.
Not quite as dramatic as Kaboli, though, who hadn't even been on a show court until the quarterfinals. I mean, that's just how it is. I'm not blaming Wimbledon organizers for that. I've just paused my stream. I've got 30 love Anisimova. What have you got?
Got 30 love now. The ball just went into the net.
Okay, I might pause it just for a few more seconds then. And then we'll be pretty much in stream because I can pause some of my channels, depending on which tournament, I can't pause. But Wimbledon on Amazon Prime, I can. I've got Anisimova just serving now, and Sabalenka's just gone long with the return. I'm about 5 seconds ahead of you, I guess.
Yeah, I'm getting a serve right now.
Okay, probably 10 seconds. So I'm just going to pause it for a little bit longer, and then cool. So you got 30 love right now, yeah?
It's 40 love now.
Oh, 40 love. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, 40 love. Yeah. Anisimova serving 40 love. She goes up. She's going to misplace the ball toss. And we've got her serving now into the body, but it's going to be a second serve. Am I 1 or 2 seconds ahead or behind?
Just a little bit ahead, but
okay.
I mean, we can work with this, I feel like.
Yeah, but I can just pause. It's nice to be exact. So we'll see if this works now. Okay. She's serving. Backhand chop return from Sabalenka. Anisimova's going to come into the net. She's got an easy volley. She puts it away and leads 2-1. Uneventful is probably what I would say for the beginning of this match, which is probably from Anisimova's point of view, especially as she's serving first, probably just gives, it's a 1% sort of swing in her favor. If it was a 70-30 before, it's maybe a 69-31 right now because she's settled, which is something, she could just fold the first few games.
Yeah, a little bit of a confidence boost. You would have like a lead on the scoreboard. It's tennis. That's not exactly how it works. But just to like look at the scoreboard, see you're up a game, like that can be a little bit of like a calming effect on you.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what's going on in the live chat. I'm just going to refresh my Wi-Fi just in case I disappear for a second or two. That'll be why. Yeah, live chat. I said I would come to it. Hi, Jake, by the way. You guys are about 6 to 7 seconds ahead of me, so I'll pause the stream. Yeah, exactly. That's what you can do when you're watching on YouTube and we are ahead of you. You have the beauty of pausing us. If we're behind you, then sorry, if we're behind you, it's a bit more tricky. But yeah, you can always pause us and then just get us in sync just by a few seconds. I don't know about cheering for either player, Jake. I kind of like both of them. I mean, Sabalenka's obviously lost 2 Grand Slam finals this year and has, some painful Wimbledon losses. But Anisimova, her story is possibly even more incredible. Obviously, losing her father in her teens, also never having been at this stage before. I do think she'll have more opportunities, but you never know. Tennis can be funny like that. And of course, she had some time out to take a break from the sport that was taking its toll on her mentally. So, yeah, there's a lot of good stories out there, whoever does make it to the final. Also in the other semi-final, I mean, Bencic has never been in a Slam final. It's her first Slam semi-final in 6 years.
Yeah, and I mean, that's also an incredible story. She didn't play here a year ago because she had just had a child a couple of months before the tournament.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, just the level she's had this season since she came back, absolutely incredible. And then you've got Giga as well. Like,
oh yeah,
the story is an afterthought here, but I mean, after the season really that she's had, not reaching the final for 14 months until right before this tournament. And now,
oh yes, of course she's broken that. I forgot about Bad Homburg.
She's broken.
I think I said it yesterday, maybe on a stream. Oh, of course she's not been in a final for 13 months, but of course she has. Yeah, Bad Homburg. Yeah.
I mean, imagine if I tell you though in January that she's not going to win a title on clay, and Wimbledon might be the breakthrough tournament of the year for her. You would never believe me.
No, of course not. It's wild.
All right, 2-2.
Yeah, all fairly uneventful so far. That was probably the most comfortable hold we've had. I think it was to love. 12 minutes on the clock, so pretty speedy pace. There was a match of the day. I think it was Sabalenka Siegemund, actually, and maybe some of this might be Siegemund pausing for serves. But I think there was a stage quite deep into that match where the average game length was like 4.5 minutes. I joked that was like 5 Ben Shelton Hijikatas.
I mean, nearly is, if you take that last game into effect.
Yeah, just focusing on the last game, of course, yeah. Zhao here predicting a 3-set win for Sabalenka. Got a question from Jake for you, Carson.
Favorite alcoholic beverage? I'm sober, so...
Oh, are you?
I
okay.
Am.
I'm on the. It's not an alcoholic beverage, but I am on the mango. I just finished a mango lassi. Actually, one of the reasons why I was slightly late for the stream and didn't really have time for a shower, although it was going to be nip and tuck anyway, was the fact that I spilt some mango lassi on the floor. So I had a last-minute panic clear up because I didn't want to leave that for sure. Anisimova here serving 15 all. Jake doesn't ask me because I think he probably knows. Well, he know I'm either beer or wine. It's nothing too glamorous, Jake, as you know. What are the keys to this match? Okay, I'll go first, and then I'll come to you, Carson. I know we sort of did give a preview anyway of sorts, but we were pretty basic with our preview, bearing in mind the match was just getting underway. I think physically and mentally, if Anisimova can hold up, and those are two huge things, mentally especially, then it gets really close. It's just that I probably trust Sabalenka more. I don't see there being a particular tactic or path because they're just too similar in game style. I think they both hit big. They both hit pretty flat. Although I have seen some stats regarding Sabalenka's topspin over the last 12 months that suggest she doesn't hit as flat as we might think. They both move quite similarly. So it's not like we had a Siegemund Sabalenka, just chalk and cheese there. It's interesting that Sabalenka is going to have two very different players, by the way, back to back. But I think in a way, she might well prefer to just go toe-to-toe with Anisimova. What about you, Carson? What do you think?
I think it's like good to bring up the fact that they play very similarly. Like there's both of them do the same things pretty well. For me, it's going to come down to the battle in between Sabalenka's forehand and Anisimova's backhand. Like which one of them is able to create rallies to their preferred wing a little bit more. So, I mean, I don't think there will be many extended points, but is there like a small advantage that one of them can create to one side of the court?
Sabalenka goes long on the forehand return there, so she's still getting her radar in. She'll be pleased it's not too windy. I can see a little bit of breeze, but it's not too noticeable. And the reason, of course, I mentioned the wind is just thinking back to that French Open final and how she dealt with it there, not very well at all. And that, I think, was nice for Coco in the way that panned out. Of course, Coco has long since gone in this tournament. I didn't think Coco would be a factor in terms of winning this tournament just because of her Wimbledon past, but I also didn't think Iga Swiatek would be a factor. So as much as I was right on Coco, I've been wrong thus far on Iga. There have been a couple of sort of things where the draw has sort of opened up a little bit for her. I think Rybakina was in her half. And so, yeah, of course, Rybakina and her would have played fourth round, I think.
And then Towson beat her.
Yeah, once Towson wins that, you know. I still thought Towson would be a problem, though. But she served so well in that match, and she has served pretty well throughout the tournament. One thing from her match yesterday, though, first serves in for Iga was 55%, which is quite low, I would suggest. So that'll be something that she'll be keen to improve today. Anyway, 3-2, change of ends. I see Jonathan Edwards, the triple jumper, Stephen Fry, the comedian. There's another comedian there. Oh, I see Bjorn Borg as well in the crowd. A lot of those are British sort of celebs, by the way. So don't worry, Carsten, if I'm reading out all these names and you're thinking, I don't know who they are.
Yeah. Obviously, I know Bjorn Borg, but was it Rob Branston? I think I saw.
Oh, yes, good one. Rob Brydon. I couldn't think of his name. Well done. You got the name I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Comedian, yeah.
Yeah, I see. What's that show that they do?
Yeah, there's a few he's been in. There's one where he's driving a lot, I think, with Steve Coogan. There's a few comedies. He's got a podcast out as well. Stephen Fry is a sort of long-held comedian in the UK. He's probably in his 60s, I would guess. Norwich City fan. I think he's a board member there as well. He used to have quite a big presence on Twitter, but doesn't do a lot. He had a comedy. His breakout in the UK, by the way, in the 80s, was a comedy duo with Hugh Laurie. I don't know if you've heard of Hugh Laurie, but if you don't know the name, you'll certainly know Dr. House, right?
Yes.
So Dr. House in the UK, we know him as a comedian until his 40s or maybe even 50s, and he went off to the US to appear in House. He was a British comedian, basically, alongside Stephen Fry, who I just pointed out in the crowd. The other person who I mentioned, there was another. Jonathan Edwards is a triple jumper, gold medalist from Olympics, I think, from years ago, maybe in the 90s, might be 96 Olympics, Atlanta. Anyway, that is celeb spot in the crowd tick. Sabalenka won't be thinking about that right now, though, because she was love 30 down on her serve. She gets it back to 15-30, though. But it is Anisimova who's just applying a little bit of a pressure to the Aryna serve right now.
Yeah, first look of the match, either of them have really had pressure points, so we'll see how she handles this. This is a pretty important point, though.
Oh, he's that Jonathan Edwards guy, by the way. He still holds the world record for the triple jump. Anyway, no Olympics this year. We're going to have 2 break points.
Oh, that was a really great backhand from Amanda.
Yeah, you were talking about the backhand. Yeah. Unusual there with that forehand slice from Aryna. I wonder if she still thought she was playing against Laura Siegemund with that. Anyway, I'm going to talk us through this first break point at the very least. Sabalenka serves down the tee. Backhand return is into the net. It was a good serve. Not the most pacey of serves, but was nicely placed to make it a tricky return that Amanda couldn't deal with. Come on, says Jake. His allegiances are clear. That's a long time to hold a world record, by the way. 30 years.
That is. You feel like most track and field records, it's maybe a handful of years, and then someone comes along.
Yeah. I mean, I think they will. Oh, she's going to miss her first serve. World record, I think, will get less frequently broken, if you like, in terms of, we've got 100+ years of stats now, and you'd think that they would lengthen. Interestingly, the long jump record was a pretty. Hang on a sec. Let's see how this goes. Decent return from Anisimova. Forehand Anisimova into the forehand of Sabalenka. They're exchanging forehands right now. Anisimova goes long and she falls to the ground. It's funny. Her reaction to adversity in her quarterfinal against Pavlyuchenkova was to fall to the ground as well. But that was when it was getting deep, and you sort of here we're at break point, but she knows she just went long there. And actually, at neutral in that rally, I was starting to lean towards Anisimova. But anyway, Juice. Just back on the there was what's going on here? Don't tell me there's been another failure of technology at Wimbledon. Just couldn't.
It looks like someone in the crowd might be having an issue.
Okay. Sabalenka's got her mobile phone out, or maybe some ice. It's actually some ice. Sorry.
Ice in a water bottle, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's kind of her.
Someone's going to get a free Wimbledon water bottle as well. Although they are Evian. I prefer the French Open ones. They're pretty cool. I saw Iga at the end of her match, by the way. I don't know what she took, but she looked at the camera and went like this. Shh. It's like she was stealing some. It was a Wimbledon towel, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Probably got to pause here for just a moment. It looks like the umpire might be. Oh, he's leaning on the edge of his seat. Maybe he's getting down. Players are sitting down at the moment.
So there was a long jump record. I'm going to say Bob Beamon, was it his name? And that lasted a long time. Bob Beamon from 1968. And I think that was it Carl Lewis maybe broke it? Or just going to turn this TV down. He broke the long existing record by, but he had it from like 1968 until maybe the mid to late 90s. And I don't think it was Mike Powell. That's right. Mike Powell broke it. He held it for almost 23 years. The other one that I remember being, so that was 22 years, that record actually. So it's not quite as long as I thought. No, a bit longer, maybe nearer 30. Anyway, there was the other one was the 200 meters, I think, that Johnson finally broke. Michael Johnson is his name. Yeah, 33 years Bob Beamon had his. So we've got 30 years for Jonathan Edwards' triple jump, 33 years Bob Beamon, and the 200-meter world record was from, I think, I'm going to say 1979 until 96, I think, when Michael Johnson took it. And I don't know if Michael Johnson still has it. No, but Usain Bolt has it now. But yeah, Johnson took it in the 90s from someone in the late 70s. That was like a 20. And that was a running one. So these other ones are long jumps, if you like. But that was pretty cool. Just looking at the fastest ones in history. Yeah, Michael Johnson, Atlanta. In 1996, he ran 19.32. I remember that Olympics very well. And I remember the flash bulbs going off around the stadium as Michael, in his gold shoes, stepped up to the track to set that world record. And I'm pretty sure that I think he smashed the world record as well. But he was breathing down the world record holder's neck, if you like. And it was like 70-something, 1979, I think it was. Yeah, 1979, and it was 19.72. For those of you tuning in here thinking, is this talking athletics? It is not, but we do have a break in play with somebody ill in the crowd. It is pretty hot in London right now. So both players just sitting down here at Juice. Aryna Sabalenka, by the way, he's kind of got out of jail on those last 2 points. In terms of the fact that she was 15-40 down, first break points of the match going the way of Anisimova, and They were both kind of doable. Even that return that Anisimova had, Carson, maybe if you're being harsh, he could have done better.
I mean, it was a very well placed serve from Sabalenka. So, yeah, got it to Anisimova's backhand return there. She'd probably like a better look at it, but yeah, Sabalenka mixes up where she's putting her serve, so it's tough to just get a read on it early on in the match, I feel like. But yeah, the point that she pushed the forehand a little bit long, she'll probably want that one back.
Yeah, definitely. Jake, I'll answer this question first, then we'll get Carson's thought. What is your win probability percentage for Sinner Djokovic? I actually heard Vanch and Damien talking about this on the preview, and I was more with Vanch than Damien. Vanch, pretty much his feeling was 60-40, Yannick to Novak, and I was like, yep, that sounds about right to me. And Damien was thinking, nah, it's more towards Sinner, whether that be 62-38 or something even higher than that. But yeah, I feel like 60-40 Sinner Djokovic. What do you think, Carson?
60-40 feels about right to me.
Yeah.
I think grass gives Novak better chances than he has on clay or hard court against Sinner right now. I think that's a pretty widely held belief by a lot of people.
Definitely.
So that's not like an original thought at all. But it will give him another chance. It should also be pretty warm in London tomorrow as well for Wimbledon. That's the second semifinal of the day. So temperatures might not play as much of a factor as it gets into the evening. Sabalenka holds here.
Yeah, and I just that 2 break points saved plus the 5-minute break. I don't know. I just had a feeling we're going to come back and Sabalenka's going to hold here, and that's how it panned out. 2 quick points as well. Amanda's going to have to sort of, in a way, reset. In a way, if I said to you that this sort of nice start that Amanda had, that was close. Did it land in or out? The way Amanda's reacting is as though it landed out. It did, yeah, just from her reaction. It looked like it landed in, but her reaction told me differently. And I just feel this last few minutes, if I said there was a 1% swing to Amanda, I think it's gone 1% back towards Aryna. Just the feel of the match in that Sabalenka saving those break points, the 5-minute gap, the quick hold when they resumed, and now they're at 3-all. And the work that Amanda has done to get here almost feels like, and there you go, double fault. Yeah, it does feel like the work that she'd done to get here is almost sort of for nothing, if you like. I don't want to say that, she's not like she was creating loads of opportunities, but yeah, love 30 here. So this is a pressure point, Carson.
Yeah. You brought up earlier, like, Amanda Anisimova is going to have great mental fortitude if she's got a chance in this match. And this is an opportunity for her to compose her emotions and just calmly try to get back into this game. First serve goes a little bit long.
And she's put that long as well. Not the serve, but in the rally from a neutral position as well. Couldn't adjust her feet as well. I wonder if, that's also a little bit of anxiety there. Sometimes the footwork, certainly. We remember Novak in that US Open final had legs like lead in the US Open 21 when he was trying to go for the calendar slam. Good first serve there from Anisimova, though. So 15-40, 1 down, 2 to go.
Both of them are very good servers, and I think for Anisimova, when she is serving from the ad side, going out wide, attacking Sabalenka's backhand is probably going to be a really good play for her throughout the course of the day.
Oh, and Aryna's gone wide, along with their forehand return there. I think that might have caught her a bit by surprise as well. She might have anticipated a serve down the tee. Yeah, Aryna's, funny enough, although she got to love 40 on this game, it was more down to Anisimova erring, double faulting and unforced errors than any marvelous returns from Aryna. That's okay. At least it lands in. But nice one, Anisimova. That was a mental test. that she's come through, at least for now. Serve +1 on the backhand side. That backhand doing some damage again. Aryna might be well to sort of hit those returns when she gets the choice, it more into the forehand maybe. And an ace from Anisimova. Game point, Amanda.
First ace of the day for her.
At the end of this game, are you okay if I play a quick video for 1.5 minutes and then you talk through the first few points of the next game? So I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes. Is that all right?
Sure.
I'll be back in. At the end of this game, I'll play a 1.5 minute video, which will then give you a 90-second breather as well. And then there's a double fault from Anisimova. I will stay until the end of this game, whether it be 1 minute away or 1 hour away. 1 hour would be the longest game in Wimbledon history. The longest game I can recall off the top of my head would be that 25-minute game that Djokovic and Alcaraz had in Wimbledon Final 23. But there must be some longer ones out there. There was a pretty epic game between Rune and Djokovic in the final of Paris-Bercy in 22. But I don't think that went 20 minutes. But it was the final, and it was the final game as well. Lovely touch, Sabalenka. And her team will be particularly pleased with that.
The only one I could think of that might be longer than that was the tiebreak in between Rybakina and Pliskova.
If you call that a game, I wonder how long that was. Do you know? I know how many points it was. 22-20.
It was over half an hour, I think.
Okay.
So if you count a 10-point tiebreak as a game.
Yeah, right. True. It's 10 points as well. Yeah.
Probably that.
Anyway, break point again, Sabalenka. She had 3 back-to-back. Now she's got a second serve. Forehand return goes into the net. She was doing what I suggested she do, which was go for the return and aim for the forehand of Anisimova, but you got to get it over the net first.
This game's approaching 6 minutes long now. Lots of slicing going on, back and forth. Sabalenka pushes the backhand a little bit long.
Yeah, game point, Anisimova.
Paulo's in the chat. Thanks for joining us today.
Huh.
And then, Jake, answer your question quickly. I didn't know anyone else on the channel before I joined, and Fergus and I started around the same time.
You, Anisimova's held, by the way. You, Fergus, and Brenner all started around the same time. Keep Carson entertained, by the way, guys, because I'm going to be 5 minutes, and we're going to play a quick video.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered. Whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
All right, back to action here. Anisimova held last game after facing down 4 break points. Sabalenka serving now. This is a good return from Anisimova. Right, got a forehand rally now, and Sabalenka puts one into the net. Was that the 9th shot, I think, of the rally? So good point from Anisimova. Sabalenka tried to serve out wide, puts the first serve into the net. So second serve coming here. And body serve. And Anisimova pushes the backhand a little bit long. I've been impressed with how Anisimova is playing so far. It's her first match on center court in this tournament. You're playing the #1 player in the world. So I did wonder if early on in this match there would be some nerves that were evident and if she was going to just freeze up a little bit early on, but this has not been the case so far. Wow. Does a great return from Anisimova. It was like Sabalenka went out wide with the serve, and then Anisimova chipped it in right around the post. 15-30 now. All right, first serve down the tee, and it's an ace for Sabalenka. Very well placed. 30-all now. Right, first serve down the tee. Turn to Sabalenka's backhand, and yeah, Anisimova left the court wide open for Sabalenka to put that one away down the line. 40-30. All right, Sabalenka got into a rally, and then Sabalenka came in, chipped a shot over, and just brushed against the tape. Fell on Anisimova's side of the net. Bounced a couple of times before she got to it, so it's 4-4 now. Anisimova serving. She will see if she can put a little bit of scoreboard pressure on. Serve was in the middle of the box. Let Sabalenka get a good return. We're in a backhand rally right now. Sabalenka tried to slice one. Puts it right into the net. 15 love now. Paulo, are you playing the match later on? Good serve out wide from Anisimova. Sabalenka can't get the return back in place, so 30 love now. Serve from Anisimova goes a little bit long. Tried to go down the tee. The second serve now for Sabalenka to look at. Into Sabalenka's forehand. She put the return pretty deep into the court, and then Anisimova just didn't quite have time to react to that. Was playing off of her back foot. And forehand error into the net. 30-15. Great serve from Anisimova out wide. Kind of looked like Sabalenka was maybe expecting it to go down the tee there, or to get a body serve. Didn't react quite quickly enough, so 40-15 now. Good serve from Anisimova is in. Sabalenka gets it back, but it's to Anisimova's backhand, and she takes a really good angle out wide. So 5-4 now. No breaks yet, as Joel has pointed out. To me, it feels like we're going to go to a first set tiebreak here. That's just like kind of my feeling I'm getting. Let me know if any of you have thoughts on that in the chat. Jake with the question, what's my favorite moment as a tennis fan so far? That's a good question. One of my favorite moments, and this is my American bias, but getting to see Taylor Fritz make the finals of the US Open last year. That final match against Sinner was not great, but yeah, the semifinal against Tiafoe. I mean, just the anticipation. Everyone knowing we're going to have an American man in the men's final for the first time in a while at the US Open. That was a pretty cool moment, but also seeing like Coco Gauff when she won the US Open title. That was a lot of fun. We've got John back with us.
Oh, I didn't take myself off the stream. I didn't take my camera away. Oh, well. Has there been more? It looks like we've got another incident in the crowd where Sabalenka is. Yes, that's a replay from earlier. I mean, listen, I know you can also be unfortunate, but hydration and applying lots of sun cream, and if you're vulnerable to this kind of thing, then maybe,
Yeah, they're showing it on screen right now, 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what that is in Celsius.
About 30, I think. About 30.
Yeah. And then, I mean, it's London. I assume there's a little bit of humidity as well. So, on my screen right now, they're showing some staff members handing out hats to some people in the crowd. So,
I mean, these incidents at tennis do happen quite often. All over the world, we're pausing matches. It's tricky. We obviously have to play this sport in summer wherever we go. And so searing temperatures. I'm just trying to think of a match where the players were sort of really, I don't recall. I mean, I can think of some that were grueling physically. I'm thinking Djokovic, Nadal in Australian Open final of 2012, but that wasn't down to temperature. It was just the fact that they couldn't even stand at the end of the match. You know, there's that image of them trying to stand up. What did I miss, by the way? A couple of comfortable holds, or because I think it was 4-3 when I left you.
Yeah, it was 4-3. So maybe not comfortable. Got to 30 in both games. The returner did so, but yeah, no breaks yet. Anisimova has been. She's been playing well in the last few minutes. Really composed herself after that last changeover. Her serving has been fantastic today.
Okay. I have no idea who that is. They just honed in on a woman in the crowd. Oh, that's Baby Spice, I think. With the sunglasses. AKA Emma Bunton. Anyway, back underway. Paolo, just reading some comments here. I'm cheering for the umpire in this match.
That's a great return.
Oh, we've got some Portuguese in the chat, and it's 2 people in Portugal, I think. Someone's from Coimbra in Portugal, which I know, and someone else is from Leira. So we've got 2 Portuguese chatting away there. Nice. Ellie Goulding. Oh, Ellie Goulding, a.k.a. singer from the Federer farewell at the Laver Cup. Yes. Okay, love 15 here. Forehand into the net there from Anisimova. There's some Andy Murray's about the way she gets annoyed with herself, especially pre-Grand Slam winning Andy Murray. I used to watch him thinking, you know, he was just sort of often shouting at himself. You know, Djokovic shouts and screams at his box. Nadal and Federer Nadal would sort of occasionally screw his face but turn his back on the opponent when he did so. Federer was obviously ultra cool and rarely showed too much emotion. Just occasionally it would come out, but rarely. More so in losses to Novak, I think. But then there was Andy Murray, who would just sort of shout at himself, and Anisimova is kind of similar, castigating themselves. 30-15. Ooh, Aryna. She's not brought her A game yet. But here she is at 4-5 and in a Wimbledon semi-final. Against Siegemund, she just didn't have the chance to bring her A game, but she really dealt with the puzzle that was put to her, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a very different challenge from what she's seeing today. 30 all here, and Anisimova is maybe just 2 points away from taking a first set.
Maybe, but Aryna Sabalenka has other ideas. That backhand went very deep and would have been very close to the line, if not on it. We are pretty much in sync now with our streams, right?
I think so. Seems like we are very close.
Yeah. First serve lands out. So there's a 7-hour time difference between you and me, and I think 6 hours between you and London, if I've worked that out right.
Yeah, it's about 8:30 here.
Brenner is in Newport this week, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. He was talking with Manarino, and
yeah.
Was it Wadadiki? I think
there's a few more. I've got to upload them. I just haven't had time yet. Basically, I'm going to do them some point this afternoon. There's a few more he's done from yesterday, Tatiana Maria, among others,
nice.
to be uploaded. Yeah. course, play will be getting underway in Newport, I guess, fairly soon, maybe in about an hour and a half. Okay, game point here for Sabalenka for 5-all. Oh, Aryna dealt with that one pretty well. Oh, that backhand, though, is gravy from Anisimova. So, of course, technically, as you say, she's 2 points away. She keeps getting 2 points away, and then Sabalenka wins the next point, but she's not yet had a set point. Sabalenka in semi-finals, like losing them was a thing, and clearly is very not a thing anymore, 5 in a row. But Sabalenka in Wimbledon semi-finals, of course, this is her third one, and she lost the previous 2. I think she lost both of them in 3 sets. Certainly lost to Jabeur in 3 sets. That was a great semi-final, that was, in 23. The Pliskova one, I'm going to check right now.
I don't remember if that was 3 or 2.
I'm going to check.
I mean, yeah, the one against Jabeur for sure is one.
3 sets, yeah, 3 sets. 6-4 in the third, and Sabalenka won the first. Another game point for Sabalenka comes and goes, but here's the Pliskova score. Super tight. Pliskova, of course, lost in the final party.
Yeah, 2021, that would have been like in the middle of that run of bad semifinals for her.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. 20 culminating in 2022 semi-final against Iga Swiatek at the US Open, which was a match I was at. That was also a tight one. Sabalenka was up a break in the third.
Yep.
I was at that particular match in New York. And it was at that point, as you say, that was a run of, I don't know, 4, 5 or 6 semi-finals that she'd had at Grand Slam level, and she kept losing them. But she then gets through. She gets Magdalena in Australia in 2023, and you're thinking, this is a bit of a gift here, Aryna. You need to take this one, or it might well become a thing. She did take that one, and then of course she wins the final, and that was that. And it's basically been unbelievable ever since.
Mm-hmm. There's another game point here.
Another game point comes and goes. And again, Anisimova gets to 2 points away. Ay.
Are you going to be coming over for the Open again this year?
No, we've got the set point here for Anisimova, and I will talk about that in a moment. I've done the US Open as a fan in 2016, first day. I saw a Polish guy play against Djokovic. Can't remember. I know Djokovic won, I think in 4 sets, as they inaugurated the roof with Phil Collins singing Coming in the Air Tonight. Sabalenka's serve lands in, and I think she saved that set point. Yes, she has. I think that may even have landed on the service line as well. So 2016, I was there. There was also a women's match afterwards, but by now I'm on what's those famous drinks? Honey juices or whatever they call them. Yeah. I'm well away on those honey juices, and I fall asleep during the women's match, along with Jamie. Jamie's a guy who occasionally appears on the show. He's probably been on sort of 3 or 4 times a year, so he's not that regular. But every now and again, he's on for a watch along. And I've been friends with him since uni. We both did journalism together in London. Anyway, so there's me, Jamie's cousin, I'm going to say, and Jamie's father. And because of the fans sort of leaving, because it was getting quite late at night, I remember we went pretty low down. But both Jamie's father and I didn't really take advantage of those wonderful vantage points that we had, because we both fell asleep after too many honey juices. That was 2016, day one. Oh, and also my friend Antonio as well. He's not really done much for the show, but he did come with me and did a few technical things at Billie Jean King Cup in 2023. But yeah, I've been friends with Antonio for many years. Game point Sabalenka, but it's saved after a really decent return from Anisimova. 6th deuce here. Other opens I've gone to were 2019 men's final, Nadal-Medvedev. Great match, 5 sets. That looked like it was done when I think Nadal was up 2 sets and a break, maybe. Certainly up 2 sets to love, but I think he might even have been up a break in the third. It was up a double break in the 5th, but Medvedev was reeling in as well. He gets one of those breaks back, I think, and I hope I'm getting this right in terms of my memory. Oh, we're going to have another set point. But anyway, Nadal eventually got over the line there because I think it was also a deuce game that he was struggling to serve out, Nadal. And then I was there in 22 as well. I went to a few matches in 22, including the women's final and both women's semifinals as well. But I didn't see the classic Sinner-Alcaraz match. And I could have done. I could have bought a ticket at the ticket office. But I was like, I'd seen a lot of tennis already that day. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this at home in the hotel as it was. But actually, even then, I fell asleep. So how it was for Europeans, I don't know. I mean, it would have been about 8 or 9 in the morning when that match eventually finished. Anyway, set point, Anisimova. I'll come back to you in a moment, Carson. Once this set point is gone and done. Oh, what? Was it a double fault or decent return? I'm not sure if she double faulted or I think it was a really good double fault, was it? Either way, set for Anisimova, 6-4. Wow. There we go.
After almost an hour of play.
Yeah, of course, there would have been 10
medical.
Yeah, right. 10
reasons in there as well. So it's a quite warm day in London, but yeah, Anisimova played fantastically. 13 winners in that first set.
Okay. Let me just see about that Sabalenka-Jabeur semi-final in 2023. I just want to see the nature of the match. I know it was 3 sets and it was fantastic. I didn't think Jabeur was going to win it at really any stage until basically she gets over the line. An extraordinary comeback from a set and a breakdown to beat. So here we go. This is what I wanted to find out. Sabalenka, in her 2 semi-final losses at Wimbledon, she won the first set. So there's some good news. If you want to take some good news after not winning the first set here. So Jabeur, that 2023, she was up a set and a break against Jabeur. I think was she serving for it, maybe? I'm not sure if Sabalenka was serving. But I think that set and a break lead was quite deep. Quite deep into that match. Anyway, she's lost the first set here. 6-4. Do you remember that Jabeur-Sabalenka semi-final?
I do remember that. A little bit. I was thinking back though, back to like the 2022 US Open. I was also at the women's semifinals.
Oh, wow.
We were in the stadium.
There you go, Carson.
But
there you go. So you were at both of those semi-finals. I'm just trying to remember. The other one was a quick one, I think, and it was
Jabeur and Garcia.
Oh, sorry, Jabeur Garcia. Yeah, I'm thinking of the quarterfinals. Yeah, no, I was at that one too. Jabeur Garcia. I just remember Garcia in that semi-final, and just sort of.
I mean, the first set was just a disaster from her.
Returning was the big issue for her that day. You know, I know there's a long-held sort of story with her and the return, and you know, everyone has their style. And some days it'll certainly work for her, but it didn't that day. You know, it was just like she was always inside the baseline, just couldn't react. And Ons doesn't hit big serves, but whatever. Anyway, she couldn't deal with it that day. And yeah. So yeah, you were at that match too. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was, I'm going to say the Jabeur Garcia match was second. I'm going to guess that.
I can't remember. Yeah, because Swiatek Sabalenka was the other one.
Yeah, that
was a great
they were
match.
both night matches from memory. And I think the other one was first. The old Twitter profile, by the way, that we had, the main picture from that is from what's it called? That's Sabalenka. No, from the Jabeur Garcia match. There's an art from the old Twitter account that we have, which I'm still trying to get back, by the way. I'll keep you updated on that one as and when it does come back. Yeah. So Anisimova here is going to practice some serves as Sabalenka takes a break. Anything interesting in the live chat?
Oh, yeah, Jake was. Yeah, that was a double fault. Jake.
Yeah.
Several minutes behind on that, but.
Yeah, sorry, Jake. Yeah, it was just the fact that, to be honest with you, I thought it landed in. That's my thought on it. I thought it landed in. I saw the way Anisimova return it, and I saw Sabalenka still stick her racket out, but basically in resignation, not being able to do anything. But she was also resigned. That was the only clue, because I got my TV turned down. The clue I had to it being a double fault was the fact that she seemed resigned as soon as that second serve landed. But I wasn't sure if she was also resigned to the fact that she wasn't going to be able to deal with Anisimova's return, because Anisimova dealt with it as though it landed in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right now I'm thinking about those 4 break points that Sabalenka had.
Yeah, good point.
Was that 4? Yeah, 3-all.
Okay, I might have, by mistake, clicked go live, as in like go back to where I was before. So I'm just going to talk through this next point. I've got Sabalenka returning, and Anisimova is going to hit that long. So my question is, am I ahead of you all of a sudden?
Yeah, you're ahead of me. So it just landed long right now.
Got it.
Maybe 5 seconds or so.
Yeah, I'm just going to pause it and press play again. Okay, 15-all. Anisimova bouncing the ball here. 15-all at the beginning of the second set. Forehand return, chop back from Sabalenka. Exchanging forehands right now. Nice one. I thought she was going to go cross court there, actually. Maybe Sabalenka thought the same, but she went down the line. Am I still ahead of you?
No, we're pretty lined up right now.
Okay. Anisimova is the youngest American to reach the ladies' semi-finals since Serena Williams in 2004. Okay. Gotcha, Jake. Gotcha. Anyway, it was a double fault. Apologies for our delayed response. Sabalenka slices long, 40-15. So I've got my TV up now, but I've turned the commentary off. Got a healthy audience. Please do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, do hit subscribe. 40-15. 2 game points here for Anisimova. Yeah, how many break points did Sabalenka have in that game? 5, yeah. 3 in a row, I think, didn't she?
Yeah.
She loved 40. And Anisimova was sort of looking like she was gifting that set at that point. You know, from what was it? I think it was 2-3. Sabalenka had a 15-40 on her serve, and so Anisimova had 2 break points. But the next 4 points felt very soft in the way they slipped away from Anisimova, or certainly the 2 break points anyway felt soft. And then we had the break, or actually it was at deuce in that game. I think we had the break, didn't we? Or no, it was at 3-all. We had the break because of the illness in the crowd. Or actually it was at deuce. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Suddenly it was like, oh, okay, this set is slipping away from Amanda, because it was then love 40 on her serve. But she held her nerve with some pretty good serves and some pretty good winners in that, including an ace, I think, and a backhand winner. And then we had that lengthy game where Sabalenka was trying to, get back on serve or hold serve at 4-5. But eventually Anisimova struck thanks to a forehand return winner from Anisimova.
Very good from her. Is that her second forehand return winner, I think.
Okay, maybe. 15 winners
the other
for the
one
match.
might have happened while you were off for a few minutes.
Okay.
That's a really good serve.
Yeah.
Very well placed.
Yeah, some of those serves that are helping her actually are more about placement than speed. She went big for that one, but it hit into the net. So it's a second serve here. I wonder which side she's going to go to this time. I think she's going to go out wide again, even though she got punished on that side last time. No, she goes down the tee, and that's a wise decision because she can't deal with that backhand, Anisimova.
It looked like Anisimova's feet just got a little bit glued to the ground there. Didn't have time to react.
Do you play tennis yourself, Carson?
I do.
Yeah, I had just a friendly match, but I had a match today. Went my ways. Really hot. 7-5, 6-3.
All right. Yeah.
Which is nice.
Is it pretty warm where you are at?
Yeah. I'd say it's actually, funny enough, a bit cooler now than it was while I was playing tennis, even though we're sort of still well during the day. Lovely forehand winner there from Sabalenka. Sabalenka doing a Kennen there. And if you know what I mean by Kennen, as in like winning points and winning very important games and then just throwing the ball to the ground, as Kennen did, as she miraculously got out of a service game against Muguruza in the Aussie Open final of 21, maybe? Either 2020 or 2021.
That was 20.
2020, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice ace down the tee there for Anisimova. Chalk flying up. Good morning, Ghosty. Yeah, Kennen's fun. She certainly struck while the iron was hot. Do you say that in the US? To strike while the iron is hot?
Yeah, I've heard that one before. Yeah.
Yeah, or taking advantage of your moment. And that year was certainly her moment because she won an Australian Open and got to a French Open final. And yeah.
The October French Open.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Lost to Swiatek, of course, but that would have been Swiatek's first French Open, I guess. Yeah. Her win over Halep was sort of the breakout moment in a way for that tournament, but also for her career even. Because I think she'd lost to Halep quite badly the year before at the French Open. Okay, 15-30.
Yeah, forehand's just a little bit wide there.
Just going to check my stats here. Yeah, she lost. Listen to this. So in the fourth round of the French Open 2019, Iga Swiatek lost to Simona Halep 6-1, 6-love. Can you believe that? I mean, just an absolute thrashing. I mean, I know she's still very young, but still. Oh, lucky Anisimova there with that net cord. Lucky. Sabalenka there just lamenting her own misfortune in a way.
Yeah, and on the second serve as well.
Yeah.
Like a real opportunity there.
Yeah. And then the year later, the 2020 rematch between Halep and Iga was 6-1, 6-2 for Swiatek. So 2 beatings. Oh, nice forehand winner there. Again, not huge amounts of pace, but just unerring accuracy. And Anisimova has a game point here. It's tight, this match. Sorry, Carson, go on.
When Anisimova's forehand is at this level, it's hard to beat her. It's like that's typically the one thing that when she's not playing the greatest, it can be a little bit off. But at that point,
Sabalenka's got to start hitting more of those kind of returns down the throat of Anisimova with absolute venom. She can do it on, half of, I would say, she should be getting sort of 50, 60, 70% of second serves doing that with. Now she's going to have another second serve here, although Anisimova, like me, thought she saw chalk fly up.
I thought I saw some chalk as well.
Me too. That's why she's really not sure about this fault call. But anyway, they're getting on with it. So what's she going to do with this second serve return? Now, it's into the backhand. We're into the rally. There's a slice on the forehand there from Sabalenka. And she's also a bit annoyed, is Sabalenka, because Anisimova hit a really deep shot, which did land in, and Aryna's not questioning it, nor am I. But it was just like, oh, you know, when your opponent is hitting shots like that, you are thinking, oh, can you just hit one of those a bit long for me? Anyway, game point here for Anisimova. Oh, I'm here for that, Ghosty. I'm here for any combo, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think any of these matchups that could happen would be really fun to watch.
Oh, Aryna. You hit the return that I called for. But that slow ball couldn't deal with it. So it's 2-1 Anisimova. Sorry, Carson, what were you saying?
Yeah, that's a big moment now for Anisimova just to hold her serve there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was great. And then that next shot, just way too much on it.
But Sabalenka, as I say, got to do more damage on the second serve than she's doing. She did hit 2 returns that I would be seeking, but she should be doing that sort of 2 times out of 3, not 2 times out of 5, if you like. Nice bit of love between Ghosty and Jake in the chat. By the way, everybody, please do hit the like button on this YouTube video. Do get voting in our poll, by the way, which of course is aging right now.
This is interesting. The IBM, like StatCast on the Wimbledon app, has Anisimova with a 66% chance to win right now.
Well, I mean, if you, I'm guessing that app does take into account who the 2 players are. But if it doesn't, and it was just 2 tennis players, and we don't know who they are, and you've won the first set, then suddenly you are at 66%, right? Something like that. So, and maybe just the fact that she does lead 2-1 in the second set, I would probably more be thinking that this is feeling 50-50 right now.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah,
about it. More 50-50 than a 2-1.
That is it. What was the machine that churned out that stat, by the way?
That was the IBM.
IBM, yeah. That might be just relying on stats. You know, you win a first set of a tennis match, best of 3, and you're suddenly, you know, a 70% chance or 65% chance of winning. You're also 2-1 up on serve in the second set, and maybe you put that into machine. But actually,
you put this one tracks. Like, it knows who the players are, though.
Okay. So maybe then they do, because I was thinking to say, to be fair, if you're up a set and leading 2-1 on serve, you might be leaning probably closer to 70 to 72%. So maybe they just bring it in slightly because it's Anisimova against Sabalenka. But me personally, I would still say, depending on how this next couple of points go, of course. But yeah, just because it's so tight. They both had breakpoint opportunities in that first set. Aryna gave it away with a double fault, basically. She doesn't double fault there, and who knows? She may well have won a tiebreak first set, for example. It was that close. And this second set feels very close as well, so far. I'm not sure what the first serve stats are, but maybe one player or the other's missing quite a few. Anisimova hitting that return into the net. So 2 game points here for Sabalenka. I didn't see that, Ghosty. But there we go. AI glitches for Twitter and electronic line calling twitches for Wimbledon this week. Not there, though. That was definitely chalk flying up for Sabalenka. And she hits an ace. And so she holds for 2-all.
First serve in stats are pretty much equal right now. 63% for Anisimova, 62% for Sabalenka.
Sorry, say those first serve stats again.
Anisimova's got 63% in, Sabalenka with 52%.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Both winning over 70% of first serves. So
Okay. Okay, so nothing wild to report there. Those stats are just pretty normal, you know. I mean, 60 to 70% first serves in, 70+%, you know, first serves won. Sabalenka there on the return, 30 love. Oh, she's missed that return too. 40 love. Actually, those IBM percentages, of course, that even if they just keep holding here, they will just lean another 1 or 2% with every hold for Anisimova. You know, if she gets to 4-3, you know, even 3-2, but then 4-3 and then 5-4. You know, at 5, she's just held to love there. At 5-4, you'd be thinking, oof, 80%.
yeah,
But then that swings because if at 5-4 it's 80%, but then if Aryna holds, it's sort of 60 something again. You know.
Mm-hmm. So Anisimova holds there to love, which maybe felt like a little more about some poor returning from Sabalenka in that game.
Yeah, yeah. So how often do you play tennis?
I try to play at least one match a week, but I've got a couple of friends that will just go out and hit around. So
I think maybe I should have known you play because I think we might even have spoken about, like, in WhatsApp. I might have said, "Hey, can you do a stream today?" And you're like, I think there might have been a conversation we had once where it's like, "Yeah, if I finish my match in time or something."
That was the day I found a turtle on the tennis court.
Okay. Did you win that particular day?
I did not, but
oh, okay. I just saw a Djokovic-related tweet from Sasa Osmo. Sasa Osmo, in my mind, is the most well-known Serbian tennis journalist. Anyway, and I thought, oh, hello, but then it's just a more generic thing. Djokovic reflects on his coaching partnership with Dusan Vemic. So it's just a sort of an in-depth interview that he's obviously done. Or it might even be from the press conference. Anyway, let's get back to the present and Sabalenka serving here at 2-3. Where you're going to go with this serve? You're going to go to the body, and that's a good decision because Anisimova can't deal with that. I think body serves, actually, maybe first and second, might be an idea for Sabalenka because Anisimova can't move that well in that respect. 15 love. Have we had any break points in this set? I don't think we have.
Not in this one. Unless I'm forgetting about something.
No, I don't think we have. The previous set, we had obviously lots.
I think each had 4 or 5 break points.
Yeah, nice backhand winner down the line there. Low bounce off the surface there, meaning Sabalenka couldn't get her racket on it. Yeah, Sabalenka definitely had 5, and I think I'm going to say 4 for Anisimova. 2 in that 15-40 game when she couldn't break, and then 2 in the final game, I think, when she got the break.
Yeah, no break points yet. It's set 2. Sabalenka had her chance, though, in set 1 to get a break.
For sure. Sabalenka there screaming in sort of maybe relief as well that sailed long. Maybe she's just pleased that she's serving well at the moment.
Ghosty, I live in Minneapolis. Minnesota. So a little bit cooler than some parts of the country, but still warm during the summer. Wow. At 30 all. Also, like Sabalenka didn't think that ball was going to come back. Again, she was a little bit slow getting to it. That's a good serve.
Yeah, very important moment as well at 30 all. I mean, both players have served well in this set, but maybe for Aryna, it's just a bit more important right now. And again, ace, 3 all. Do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I can see we've got, let me just check. I think it's over 70 are watching on YouTube right now. Yeah, 75 on YouTube. We might yet hit 19,000 subs during this Wimbledon. Probably just be a bit short. We're at about 18,400 at the moment. We need to add about 100 a day if we're going to get to 19 before the end, but you never know. A few epic semi-finals and an epic couple of finals, and we might just get us over the line. We needed Ayala to basically get to the second week if we were going to get to 20K during Wimbledon.
Yeah, I mean, tough opening to the tournament for her.
Yeah. If she'd made the second week, we'd have got. I'll tell you now, we'd have got to 20,000 subs. I'm telling you, when we do an Ayala stream, we add about 100 per day. Because there's obviously the preview, there's the stream itself, then there's the reflection. So between those three sort of videos, you sort of add about 100 subs. 15 love here, Anisimova. I don't know what Links is, Ghosty. So do you know what it is, Carson?
Yeah, it's the professional women's basketball team.
Oh, okay.
So I went to a game a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, during the winter, the weather is pretty cold here. You can have a few, especially like late January, early February, it'll be like negative Fahrenheit as the highs for the day. So it can be some brutal temperatures, but it's a really great city.
Sabalenka was on a run of 37 consecutive weeks at number one, and she had a short stint there, didn't she? In, I'm going to say 23, maybe 2023. 7 weeks
during the Asian swing.
Yeah,
right the finals.
Yeah, probably, but yeah, between the Asian swing maybe and the WTA finals of 2023, I think. Who won the WTA finals in? Oh, Coco Gauff won it in 24. Yeah. Because that was Iga winning. I think there were certain scenarios that Iga needed to get it back, and I think she beat Sabalenka in the semis, and that was enough. That was the really windy, rainy one in Mexico. No, not Acapulco. Was it in Acapulco or Cancun? Cancun, I think. And then some of the players raced back, including Laura Siegemund. She raced back for the Billie Jean King Cup in Seville because Siegemund was in the doubles. Maybe she even won the doubles. Actually, I'm not sure. And then she raced back and played Billie Jean King Cup like 2 or 3 days later. Right, okay. 30 all here. Forehand from Sabalenka into the forehand of Anisimova. She's going to net. And we're going to get that first break point opportunity for Sabalenka in this set. And in fact, 3 in this set.
Oh, Jake, you know you're my favorite Welsh player. You're a person chat.
Okay, huge moment here. Oh, missed that first serve by some margin. Now, Aryna, can you deliver as I demand on the second serve? Pretty deep return position, actually, from Aryna. Not saying that's unnecessarily the wrong... Double fault! Double fault, and she breaks. 4-3 with a break.
That was a tough moment for that.
Are those stats on IBM now 50-50? Because I feel like they should be.
I'll check.
Please do, Carson.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what that is now.
Yeah, no, because for me, it should be. When you factor in the players, for sure, it should be. If they don't factor in the players, it's still sort of 55-45 in favor of player who won the first set. If that makes sense.
All right, 51-49 in favor of Anisimova.
Okay, that's interesting because I wasn't sure which way they would go, but I think if you have to go one way, you would still go Anisimova just because of the scoreboard. But she
is up a set, so
yeah, of course, yeah. But when you factor in the players and the world number one and who was the favorite before the match, I might even be going 51-49 in favor of Aryna when you throw all that in and thoughts, pre-match thoughts, especially as. Right now, it feels like a momentum change. That's not to say it's huge because it's still very minute. If Aryna was serving first and she was leading 5-3, that would be different. But yeah. Anyway, 4-3 with a break. It's double faults, by the way, that have seen our 2 breaks of serve in this match thus far. Of course, one of them cost Aryna Sabalenka the first set, and the other one has now just cost Anisimova her serve. And we're going to see Anisimova win the first point here after an excellent return in terms of placement.
I mean, perfect placement for a return.
Yeah.
Right off the feet of your opponent.
Don't think we haven't had Nerlan in the chat today, have we? I don't think. Oh, we've got Keen here. Keen's in the chat. Long time since I've seen Keen. What a return from Anisimova there as well. Love 30. Keen, I'll be as brief as I possibly can. And I think Carson's on the same page. It shouldn't be happening in a professional tournament, but it's the organizers and the authorities that should not be handing that out when you've got other people that would obviously be worthy of that place and that position. But if you said to me, if you asked me and said, John, do you want to play, for example, we've got a challenger here in Bonn in a few weeks. Do you want to play doubles as a wild card? Yes, please. So, I'm taking that opportunity. But there we go. That is what it is. 15:30.
Yeah, just to briefly add to that, it matters to me that it is Newport and the Hall of Fame as well.
Okay.
If it's some random challenger in, I don't know, Lexington,
in Bonn.
like maybe I don't care about it as much, but the fact that it's the Hall of Fame, like that matters to me as well.
Yeah. Shouldn't be happening. Exhibition, sure, why not? But anyway, forehand there from cross-court forehand from Sabalenka has helped her get to 30 all. Huge moments again. Every point feels bigger and bigger right now. Lovely serve down the tee, but Anisimova pats it back. But there we go. Nicely just dinked over the net. Keeping your cool, Aryna Sabalenka. I tried 1 or 2 of those today, actually, and it just tipped. I remember one hitting the tape and coming back on my side. I probably wasn't as close to the net as Aryna was there, but I was probably another meter away from the net, and I just tried one of those, sort of just tapped it back over the net and it hit the tape and came back my side. Anyway, game point here for Aryna. Ace, is that? Yes. There's been a few aces at the end of games today, in the second set in particular, where that's got her over the line. That's a big hold from Love 30. Now that IBM thing has got to be 52-48 in favor of Aryna, which, as I say, is factoring. Of course, it's 1 set to Love still. So, if it was just 2 players similarly ranked, I would be probably putting it like 53-47 in favor of the person who won the first set.
It's 52-48 right now. You called it.
For Aryna, yeah?
For Aryna.
Yeah. So now I think we're under no illusions. They are factoring in, of course. Is that a double fault? I think it is. Actually, I can turn my TV up. Yeah, it is a double fault.
Yeah, it is.
4 double faults in this match for Anisimova.
Okay, just 2 double faults in this set. Which, to me, I felt like double faults were coming a little more frequently. But, yeah, Ghosty, that's the IBM in the Wimbledon app.
$15 now.
First serve's just a little wide out of the tee.
$30
Forehand. $30 now. I feel like it's really important for Anisimova to hold her serve here. And at the very least, force Sabalenka to serve for it. Like, you don't want to get broken again here, and then Sabalenka gets to serve to begin the third set.
Set point.
Ooh. That was on the line. Wow, I thought Sabalenka's return might have been a little bit long.
It was close, wasn't it?
Set point. Second serve here.
Into the rally. Anisimova, nice. I was thinking she was getting up in the rally. But in a way, that's sort of 60-40 up in the rally. But the pressure of the situation almost means it's, you're better to be 80-20 or 50-50 because you're 60-40 up means you've got a tricky-ish put away at some point, and that's when she did it. But she pulled it off nicely. Anyway, second serve here. I wonder if Sabalenka will regret just being a little maybe passive on that previous rally. I say regret. Of course, she's still going to have a chance to serve it out, even if Anisimova holds here. She's not being passive there, though. Nice backhand down the line. And the Tiger is certainly purring right now, although I think Tiger's probably roar more than purr. I've never got that close to a Tiger to find out.
Neither have I. But if you do, let me know what you find out.
Well, I hope I hope I survive that ordeal if I do get that close. Of course, I know there are ways of making it less of an ordeal, but anyway, set point here. Sabalenka second serve as well. Aryna not making Anisimova work on that second serve will disappoint her. Another one.
Our return goes along. Back to deuce. All right, 3 set points. have come and gone now.
Yeah. Wow, excellent defending there from Aryna. But she's not. Is she going to defend this one? She is, but not that one, is she? Oh my goodness me! Wow, Aryna Sabalenka taking a bow. I mean, maybe Anisimova might be a little disappointed with how she didn't put that final ball away, but giving Sabalenka a chance. But
that was incredible defending right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, that might be the longest rally of the match.
Maybe.
To this point, but great play from Sabalenka. Another set point now.
I honestly don't mind who wins this match. I have, yeah, I like both players for various reasons, and I like both stories for very different reasons. She's Sabalenka there. Okay, here we go. Anyway, backhand slice from Aryna. It's lofted, but it's nicely placed. Good depth, though, there from Anisimova, and it's the depth that Sabalenka couldn't deal with. Juice.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
Anisimova will have a game point now. I think this is her first game point.
Juice.
Really good return there. Bringing Anisimova out wide.
Ooh, lucky there, because that clipped the net on the way through. Didn't really change the trajectory that much, but... Ooh, over 100 people now watching, 98 of which are watching on YouTube. Please hit the like button. And if you haven't done so already, click subscribe. We've got lots and lots of content, more watch-alongs to come, including the second semi-final today. Both semi-finals tomorrow. Backhand goes into the net from Sabalenka, and Anisimova saved 3 set points, I think it was it?
I think so. 3?
I think it was 3 set points. And holds. But Sabalenka, when they return to the court in a little under a minute, will be serving for the second set. However, having had those 3 set points in what was a super long service game there, psychologically, there's a little extra. If Anisimova just served that out to love, and then they come back on court, they're back on court right now, and Sabalenka could be 30 love up and 2 points away from winning the set. As it is, we had that lengthy game, and Sabalenka had chances. There were second serves that I recall, and rallies that ultimately didn't go the way of Aryna. Just watching a replay. I don't know if you got the same replay I've seen.
I'm watching a commercial right now.
Okay, I've just seen a replay of that. It was only a 12-shot rally, actually, but in the end, it came to nothing, of course. But it's all part of the entertainment. It'll be in the highlights reel, but it ultimately matters not because Anisimova held.
It'll be interesting to see mentally how Sabalenka comes out in this game. Having chances to force a third set already, and now, I mean, how many times do we see this? A player has break points. They don't convert back after a changeover.
We do.
And they lose.
Just because the psychological element to that, 3-set points come and go, and you're in the rally on some of those as well, or you have second serves to look at, and you don't take those chances. As I say, if Anisimova won that previous game to love or to 15, we're not thinking much right now. And the first serve from Aryna doesn't land in. It's just a huge mental thing for her to deal with right now, as well as the usual. It's mental anyway, serving for the set, but. Ooh, she's only missed that by a few centimeters. I wouldn't call it a gift. It was a good second body serve, I would say. But just because of how close it was to landing in. Anyway, 15 love. Who was it in the chat who wanted Aryna to at least be made to serve this out? Someone said it earlier. I remember Matthew. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, you're getting your wish. Second serve again. So 2 first serves missed from Sabalenka to start this game. Double fault. There you go. Nice little bit of football skills there from Aryna as well. I did feel as though there would be a double fault in this game at some point. Again, just because of what we've just witnessed. Yeah. That's not to say I don't think she's going to serve it out, but it just adds to the tension.
Yeah. I mean, being a 15 love, probably the most inconsequential time it could happen at. So if you feel like that is going to happen.
Did that clip the net? I heard a sound. Sorry to Carson, but I heard a sound. It might not have clipped the net. I didn't see it clip the net, but I heard what I thought was a sound off this forehand. But anyway, very similar to the one from Anisimova in the previous game. Either way, 30-15. 2 points away from leveling things up, and I will be then thinking about that IBM computer again, but we'll give it a few minutes until the end of this game at the very least. 30-15. Down the tee. Good return, though. 30 all. Good return.
Yeah, great forehand return.
Yeah.
Her forehand return has been very solid today.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, plenty of margin on that one, but she took the time away from Sabalenka on that second serve, so Aryna couldn't react. 30 all. Misses the first serve again. I don't know if that's all of her serves in this game, but it feels like it. Certainly at least three of the 4. She's missed the first serve. Oh, I think it is all 4 because there was a double fault, but I could be wrong. Anyway, here we go. 30 all. Ooh, is a little gift there, perhaps. Commentator's curse, Carson. You were praising her forehand return, and there's one that goes into the net. More than 120 of you watching on YouTube right now, so please hit the like button and subscribe. Go on, Carson.
That was, not a great return there. Maybe my fault. What? All right, set point for
There you go. See, I think that, again, when you get to 40-30, you then sort of breathe a sigh of relief. I don't think she hits that serve with the same level of confidence if she's facing a break point there, but I could be wrong. Anyway, Sabalenka digs deep, wins that set, and now IBM computer time. I'm thinking, this is what I think, and then I'm going to guess on the IBM computer, and you can also tell me what you think. I'm going 60-40 Sabalenka, but I reckon the computer will be a bit more conservative and probably go like 56-44. What are you thinking? And then we'll check the IBM computer.
Well, I've already seen the computer, so...
Oh, okay, so but what are you thinking anyway?
I think like 60-40, maybe even 65-35. Sabalenka's been very solid in these types of moments. So, the computer though says
I'm guessing the computer's 55-45. What is it?
54-46.
Wow.
So very tight.
Yeah, I think that's too tight. Me guessing 55 was also just because I'm thinking the computer's leaning a bit more. It's like Anisimova's cousin is running that computer, or nephew. The nephew's there, the one that came on court the other day.
Yeah. Jackson was his name, I
Jackson,
think.
exactly. Yeah. So, stats from that set. Only one double fault from Sabalenka, and it came when she was trying to serve it out. First serve points won, 84% for Sabalenka, 52 for Anisimova. Weirdly enough, she won more points on second serve than first. But these serving stats are really interesting. Anisimova didn't create a single break point in that set either. So, yeah, she was serving very, very well. Until she got broken, by the way. Anisimova was serving very well too, but it was a serve-dominated opening 7 games. Then Aryna strikes, and it is a double fault, of course, that costs Anisimova that service game. Well, the Sabalenka-Swiatek Grand Slam final, they're teasing us with it once again. We've come within 1 point of it on a couple of occasions, because I think Swiatek had a match point against Madison Keys in Australia, and Sabalenka had a match point in Mokova in 2023 French Open semi-final.
Yeah, interesting here. Contrast in between the sets. Anisimova got 67% of first serves in set 1 and just 54%.
Yeah, it's dropped. Yeah. And it probably was all that service game that she got broken on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that feels right. But yeah, Sabalenka's been serving well all day, though, it feels like. Other than one double fault, it's been a pretty good that resulted in her getting broken. In the first set, it's been pretty good other than that.
Yeah. So is it Anisimova who's gone off court right now?
I think so.
Yes, the momentum is with Aryna. Of course, Anisimova taking this break might be arresting some of that momentum, but not much. And she returns to the court. Time indeed.
So Anisimova serving first.
I also think that, yeah, she's 7 first. That's big. That's big. Oh, it's 1% anyway. But just what I was about to say was just, if you said to me this is going 3 again, that just gives me another thought of a, like I said before the match, if it's going 3 and plus Sabalenka wins the second set, if it's going 3 and Anisimova wins the second set, then mentally it's obviously good for her. But given that I did think that one of the two, well, I said 2 factors, didn't I? I said physical or mental. Now I know that is the game in its entirety in many respects, but less so forehands and backhands and drop shots and volleys was just those 2 factors, and that then also means another advantage for Aryna as we go into the third set, in my opinion. Oh, look at those forehands, but good defending from Anisimova. But she's not going to defend that. My goodness me. Sabalenka ball striking at its best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the mental side we will find out over the next few minutes where that's at for Anisimova. The physical side, I do feel like as this match extends, it's probably more of an advantage for Sabalenka.
Yeah. But this is also a test right now, especially at love 40. Just this spell, because let's just say she got to 2-2 or 3-3, then she would have steadied the ship a bit, if you like, and you'd be like, okay, we're still very much in a match here. But this spell that Aryna gets over the line from 30-30 when trying to serve it out, and then these points here, Sabalenka as well striking the ball with unerring accuracy. And she's got the break already because Anisimova nets on the backhand side. 1-1, Carson.
That's a very quick first
break. Yeah.
But Ooh. Any guesses on what the computer thinks right now?
Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to guess on the
just to
again.
it's just 54 to 46.
It was 54-46, yeah. But it's now surely 70-30.
1 percentage point off.
69
to 31.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's getting closer to my thinking because I wouldn't go much more, even just me, myself. I would probably go somewhere between 70 and 75. So I think we're quite close actually now. What's Carson thinking? What's Carson's computer saying?
Yeah, I feel like around 75% for Sabalenka. I mean, you get a break here just to begin the third set.
But maybe Anisimova can chill now. She can go, you know what? Okay, get back to normal. Get back to, back to base and think about things again. And because, yeah, I mean, it could run away.
Be like the advantage of serving second in a set like this. When you do get the early break, you can just pile up some scoreboard pressure really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're serving first, even more so. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just have one break of serve, but you could be leading 3-love.
We got Ashley joining us now.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Make sure you hit that like button. Just coming up to 3:30 in London, 4:30 in Germany, 9:30 in Minneapolis.
Yep.
There you go. I gotcha. Mario and myself will be doing the second women's semi-final between Iga Swiatek and Belinda Bencic. That is to come. But right now, of course, we're very much focused on Sabalenka and Anisimova on center court. There you go. The serve is firing. The ground strokes are firing. I think she's going to enter the top 10, right, Anisimova, with this run. I'm pretty sure.
She will be in the top 10 next week.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh.
Yeah.
Not sure I love that decision from Sabalenka to try to go cross court with that forehand.
Okay, you think down the line would have been the smarter move? Okay, 30-all. If Sabalenka gets broken here, it'll be time to get back to that computer again. But for now, we'll stick to the tennis. Ooh, Sabalenka was down in that rally. And I don't know how I feel about that in terms of how it swung back in favor of her.
That was a pretty aggressive final shot from her. Putting Anisimova in a tough spot, and Anisimova stretching out a little bit right now.
Okay.
Over Kev, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
First serve's a little bit long and a little bit wide, I guess. Oh, 40-30. That's a really good return.
Yeah, he does. Mario likes a Guinness, yeah. Okay, juice here. Ooh, backhand into the net. Break point, Anisimova. It's almost as if the fact that she got broken in that first game has just chilled her out a bit, Amanda, and just gone, you know what? I'm going to go down striking.
Yeah, if you're going to go down at this place in the match, like at least go out the way playing your style of play.
Yeah. Second serve. Good backhand return, but Aryna deals with that. Now she's on the forehand. Good depth there from Aryna Sabalenka. Really good depth, and it forces the error. Deuce. Yeah, he likes his Guinness. I've shared a red wine as well with Barrio, but I get the impression he's more of a beer guy, but I have shared a red wine with him in the past in Rome. Deuce. Big point, that one for Aryna. Oh, big point for both of them, of course. Good serve down the tee, but Amanda deals with it really well. Really well. And good return, and it's going to be another break point.
And we'll see if she can convert this one.
Second one of the game. Game, Anisimova, forehand error. There we go. Now it is time to think about that computer again. And I guess it's 50. I'm going to guess the computer is going 56-44, Aryna.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 56-44, 57-73, or 43.
So the computer's 57-43?
No, that was my thought there before I looked at it. Maybe just giving a little bit of an advantage for the number one player in the world. It hasn't updated yet.
Oh, it hasn't updated yet.
After that.
I'd say they're pretty even, Steven. You know, both have served pretty well. We've only had two. Oh, no, we've had four now breaks of serve, of course.
Yeah, both of them have had a couple.
Yeah. Just those, there were some serving stats from Anisimova that were a little bit disturbing in that second set. I think it was the lack of first serve points won, as well as lack of first serves in, but lack of first serve points won, I think it was like 52%, I think. Was pretty down. Oh, Aryna's got it all over the show there, and maybe she's broken a string. Either way, she wants to change her racket. 30 love.
Might have broken a string. Hard to tell from that angle, but yeah, Ghosty, I did just say just about every number. maybe we will have a stream where I just start counting.
Yeah.
I'll just go to the biggest number I know.
When the result is done, by the way, I go to the Wimbledon website and look at some of the stats. And the first stat, well, apart from the result, the next stat I see is it says 100% win probability for the person who won. I don't think they need to do that, but anyway.
Indoor tennis, not very often. Outside tennis, quite a bit. There's some nice courts around here. Right, 30 love for Anisimova here.
Ooh, backhand error there from Amanda. So 30-15. Yeah, weekly show on Talking Tennis. Count at McCarson. There you go.
Yeah, we can do that can be the late night show after ATP and WTA weekly shows.
Yeah. Wow, look at that backhand cross-court winner.
All right, 30 all now. That's a good forehand. Really good forehand from Anisimova. That winner was 83 miles per hour. 40-30. First serve's a little long now, looks like.
Ooh, clips the net and comes back on her side. So it's a hold for Anisimova. I still don't think it's time to panic for Aryna. It's just could just end up being a little.
I mean, we're still on serve.
Yeah, right.
I don't think it's anything to worry about at the moment.
If Aryna can serve the rest of this set like she did in the second, then she'll be fine. Because she's going to get chances on the Amanda serve, I think. So, 2-1 Anisimova. In terms of the pattern of the match, we had them both holding serve until 5-4 in the first set. And then Sabalenka, as she was trying to serve to stay in that first set, on set point, she double faulted. So, first set, Anisimova. Sabalenka goes off court, has a reset, as you would expect. 5 minutes later, returns. And both are serving pretty well until they get to 4-3 in the second set. And then Anisimova, she gets down and she gets broken. And she gets broken as well, also on a double fault. Sabalenka has some set points on the Anisimova serve. They come and go, and you're thinking, okay, how's your nerve here, Aryna? But she does eventually serve it out. They've exchanged breaks at the beginning of this second set, and when Sabalenka goes up a break, one set all and one love with a break, you're thinking, oh dear, this is potentially going to be a bit of a meltdown from Anisimova, from 4-3 in the second to suddenly one love down in the third. But she's broken back, and so we're on serve at 2-1 with Sabalenka serving.
In the second serve here, first one went long, and second one goes long.
Yeah, double fault. Not 15.
That's a well-placed serve.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, yeah. Okay, 15 all. Again, we've got that point to make that just as it was in the second set with Anisimova serving first. That will particularly come into play if we sort of get to 3-all, 4-all, or 3-2, 4-4, 5-4. Sabalenka errs there with a backhand that goes long. So 15-30. Aryna's thinking, give me 3 first serves, please.
She needs them right now.
Yeah, 3 first serves, and I think she probably holds or at least gets to juice. But first serve doesn't land. So, second serve. I think she's going down the tee, but that might be a mistake. I just think she prefers the tee serve. Yeah, she does. It's a good kick on that, though. Good bounce on it anyway, even if it is on the grass.
Yeah, Anisimova not able to do anything with that. It landed more in the center of the box, so it bounced fairly high.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, serving in the center of the box, not something you want to do too often, but as a change-up, it can be nice once in a while.
Oh, lovely angle, cross-court forehand winner there. Anisimova's fallen to the turf. I think she's okay. Yeah, she is. 40-30. Good first serve there from Aryna. Oh, Aryna puts that forehand into the net, so we're at deuce. Honestly, Ghosty, I know it does bother some fans and some players, but I don't know. I've been watching tennis and players grunting now for 30 plus years that I don't even notice it. Now, maybe if I was playing Aryna, I might notice it more, but I don't know. I'm just so familiar now with players grunting that I don't even notice it personally.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Personally, I don't. I mean, if she's the only one on tour doing it, then suddenly you notice it. But, you know, Monica Seles, Sharapova. I'm trying to think who the sort of first ones were to start. I think Seles might have been one of the early sort of grunters. Oh, nice return there. And Sabalenka couldn't deal with the forehand again. It goes into the net. So we've got a break point for Amanda Anisimova. Is Amanda going to spoil the Swiatek Sabalenka final watch party that we've been thinking about for about 3 years, really? Who's going to land in? This is nervy. She's missed it. She's missed it.
Oh, no.
I was just about to say, this is going to be nervy, nervy, nervy. It's a shot that Aryna puts away. We can't have an IBM computer on this, but I'm going to go 95% of the time. I mean, she just hits it with as much power as she wants. She's close to the net. And as long as it lands in, even if it lands on the service line, you've won that point because of the velocity with which you can hit it. But she's hit it long. I mean, as soon as she hit it, I thought, oh, hang on a second. I think it's going to go long. And the fist went up from Anisimova. And even her team were like, hang on a sec, did that go long? But yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. So now Anisimova's up a break.
50-50 though now. I don't think it's, you know, if this is Sabalenka up 3-1 with a break, I have a very different perspective. I still think this is 50-50 because Anisimova has not been comfortable on serve for about half an hour.
Well, it's been like a little bit shaky from
Yeah.
the middle part of the second set on.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's already love 15 here on a serve, and it's going to be a second serve as well for Aryna. That's going to land out. Aryna soon took the advantage in that rally, but Sabalenka's contesting her 12th Grand Slam semi-final and 3rd at Wimbledon. And it'll be her 4th Grand Slam, of course, with the US Open. Yeah. Her 4th one in a row, potentially. That's wild as well.
And this is the only Grand Slam she hasn't made the finals of yet. So
yeah. Also, regarding her year, I think with the exception of 2 tournaments, I'm going to say she's made the final in every single tournament she's contested. I've seen that forehand a few times today going into the net from Aryna. Apart from the 2 Middle East, I think it was 2 tournaments in the Middle East that she contested, and she went out early in both of them. I think she contested Brisbane, won it. She contested Australian Open, got to the final. She then did Indian Wells, Miami. I think, Rome. She didn't get to the final in Rome, quarterfinals.
Lost Berlin to, in the semifinals as well.
Where? Oh, Berlin as well. Yeah, true. All right. Anyway, she's been in a lot of finals. Look at this return, but Anisimova deals with it. Now there's a slice, but that's not going to be good enough to win the point outright. Oh, is that passing shot landed in? Most people would be doing mega fist pumps and maybe even cartwheels with that one. Aryna, though, is just sort of a very calm, closed fist from her.
All right, 2 break points for her now.
Indeed.
Right on the line.
Ooh, Ooh, another forehand in the net from Aryna. But anyway, still another break point to go. Regarding the people getting annoyed about the grunts, do they also get annoyed about Novak and Rafa? Because I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. But anyway, separate conversation. 30-40 here. And a second serve. Well, I'll come to that question in a second, Ghost. I think both are sort of dipping, actually. Oh, some good strikes here. That was a nice cross-court backhand. It was tricky for Sabalenka to deal with. And those two break points come and go.
We're at deuce now.
Hmm. Ooh. 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 Oh! Has that landed in or gone out? It's landed in. I'm going to say that's up there for point of the match. I mean, I know we had the other one where Sabalenka won it, but boy, oh boy.
Wow. They like barely caught the outside of the line. Yeah, that might be point of the match now.
Yeah.
Just given the stage of the match and what this game means.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. But she's missed that forehand. You know, the winner of this game, I've said this so many times before and been wrong so many times before, but the winner of this game wins the match. That's why that point, because if she goes on to win this game, you know, that point obviously would be massive. She goes on to lose the game, then it sort of becomes almost irrelevant like the Sabalenka one at the end of the second set. But I just felt as though she needed to back it up by winning the next point. You know, you get to, it's going to be a second serve as well. Because she'll have been feeling good going into that, you know, that advantage moment. Anisimova's defending really well. That's smart, Amanda. Really smart to go back in behind Sabalenka and give him another game point.
Really good play. Just seeing that Sabalenka was moving towards the center, not really slowing down at all. Just dipping that one right back behind her.
Oh, she's won it with a forehand win across court. There you go, Amanda. Wow, and I think her team are starting to believe right now. And I understand why. 4-1. Yeah. This is the first time in the match, in my computer, she's the favorite for the first time. And you think about it at deuce and that incredible point that she ended up winning, and then some of the other defense, and then some of those last two winners that she hit, one in behind Sabalenka and the other one forehand cross court, I think. Just take a bow, Amanda Anisimova.
Yeah, it's been a very smart tennis from her in the last couple of games especially. But
indeed. Okay, IBM versus Silk. Yeah, well, I'm now. I think the computer as well will agree with me. I think they'll all have Anisimova now as some sort of favorite. I'm probably going to go 56-44.
So 53-47.
Really? It's the first time I've been leaning more, whatever the percentage, for Anisimova than the computer. I mean, 4-1 is huge. 3-1 with a break is different, you know? Or 3-2 with a break even. But 4-1, you know, she's
Yep.
She won Aryna Sabalenka break away from the Wimbledon final. I mean, she breaks here, double break, 5-1. I mean, obviously there'll be huge amounts of pressure on her. She did have I think she had a double break up on. Oh no, she had one break, but it was 6-1, 5-2. She was up on Pavlyuchenkova in the quarter final, I think it was, and that came and went and had to go to a tie break. And the tiebreak as well, Pavlyuchenkova had some set points. By the way, first point of the game has seen a Sabalenka backhand error, so it's love 15. Sabalenka and Wimbledon semi-final heartache is a thing. Jake is getting emotional. Anytime Train, please do subscribe. Anytime Train. Anyway, he's going for 6-4, presumably for Anisimova.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's one more chapter of this match to get written.
Right.
Though.
Well, love 30.
Interesting, though.
This could be the closing chapter.
She's been playing so well today. Whatever the result of this match, Anisimova's level has been incredible.
Blocked return. You've got to win this point, Aryna, and you do. But there was a point like that when she was trying to hold serve. Much harder, actually. Much easier, sorry, than that one, actually, where she had a forehand on top of the net and she hit it out. And that's the point, really, that has given Anisimova this advantage in the third set. The break, at least, anyway. 15-30. Forehand return goes into the net. It was close to the body. I mean, I just think maybe body serves is the way to go here, first and second. Just because, you sure, go for those lines on that first serve, and you could do that and win points as well. But if you get it just a few centimeters wrong, you're right in the strike zone. And there's a body serve there. But she's dealt with it well. Now she's going to have that volley. She's not put that away. This is a drive volley. She's not put that away. Here's a volley. Has she put that one away? No. Oh, my goodness. Has that landed in? Or has it landed out? There's some questions. It's just landed out by a centimetre or two. Or a millimetre. I mean, it was a wonderful point to see it unfold. But it probably needed Sabalenka winner there on down the line for it to be a... She clenched her fist.
Oh, she thought it was out for sure, but
I guess.
No, they showed it on my screen. You can barely see any room in between the ball and the line.
Yeah. 30-40.
At break point here.
Ooh! As that came off her racket, just watching on TV, I thought it was going to go over the net, but anyway, it didn't. Juice. Yeah, I mean, 4-2, Anisimova has two very difficult holds. 5-1. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a completely different story.
Forehand returning to the net. I know she dealt pretty well with that last time when you hit a body serve, but go for the body serve again on both first and second. Coach John talking here. She goes down the tee, forehand lands in. Sabalenka's up in the rally and she wins the point. She holds for 4-2. Big hold there from 30-40.
And we'll see what happens here. Anisimova serving to maintain the break.
Have we had because I've seen some pretty good women's matches the last few days. I'm thinking, who was it yesterday I was commentating on? So we had Swiatek winning straight sets. Bencic.
Bencic, Andreeva.
That was straight sets as well, wasn't it, for Bencic? Yeah. Maybe it was the day before then. Trying Trying to think. Sabalenka came through. Oh, Sabalenka Siegemund. Yeah, that was easily the match of that particular day. I'm just trying to think of. I can't think of any men's matches that have really. Oh, double fault, Anisimova. There you go. I told you there's two huge holes here that are going to be so difficult for Amanda.
I mean, there has to be so many thoughts racing through your head.
Absolutely.
Like you're just so close to the final.
One of those thoughts to avoid, Carson, is oh my goodness me, I'm going to be in a Wimbledon final.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the one you don't want to have. Oh, I've heard so many tennis players, 15 all by the way. I've heard so many tennis players say, you know, professionals say that thoughts like these came to, you know, Rafa Nadal, when I think he's 5-3 up in the tiebreak on Roger Federer in 2008, has that thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to be Wimbledon champion. Bagdatis is up a set, and I think he's very close to winning the second set, and he has it in Australia. He's thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to win the Australian Open. I'm going to beat Roger Federer in the final. And that was the moment he lost it, he said. I lost the match from that moment onwards. I think he lost in 4 sets.
Mm-hmm.
That particular final. I'm going to check here.
15:30. Oh.
Yeah, right. 30 all. Yeah, so he was close to it. He won the first set 7-5, Bagdatis, and he was very close to winning the second set. Might even had a break point as they got towards the end of the second set. But anyway, back to the present. 30 all. Anisimova here. Huge point. Good depth from both players. Ooh. Ooh. Easy put away volley in the end for Anisimova. I mean, there's no such thing as easy at 4-2, 30 all, but in the third set of a Wimbledon semi-final. But
that was a really solid point from her. Just took control of it early, moving Sabalenka around the court.
good body serve there, but well dealt with by Aryna. Forehand cross court from Aryna. Ooh, a net cord. Oh, you lucky, lucky thing, Amanda Anisimova.
Oh.
That net cord won the point for her easily.
There is no apologizing for that.
No.
Got so lucky there.
Yeah.
It's 5-2 now.
I think because even if it does go cleanly over the net, Aryna's more or less there to deal with it. That's not to say that she wins the point, Sabalenka, if it does go cleanly over the net, but she's there to deal with it in some way, shape, or form, at least to stay in the rally. The fact that it clips the net and obviously bounces over the net means Aryna can't quite get her. Well, she gets a racket on it, doesn't she? But she can't get enough purchase on it to get it over the net. Her heart would have been in both, well, particularly Amanda Anisimova, her heart would have been in her mouth as she saw that hit the net tape and thinking, okay, this is landing back on my side. I don't know what Sabalenka said. It looked like she was saying something to the umpire, but it's not the umpire can't ask her to apologize. Look at her applying the ice to what initially appears like she's got a toothache, but I think it's just all over because she just wants to cool down mentally and physically. Time. You are one game away, Amanda Anisimova, from a Wimbledon final. How she would love to get it done on Aryna's serve and not have the pressure of having to serve it out. I can't imagine it being a clean serve out. I can't imagine 4 aces pummeling down or just 4 first serves pummeling down and holding to love if it does come to that. I think it'll be a bunch of second serves and hoping that Aryna misses. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. We might not even get to that stage.
Oh, Brenner's in the chat here. She didn't apologize from what they showed on screen. Maybe there was something after she got to her chair, but
No, there was a lengthy period for her to apologise for my screen, and she didn't do it in that period. I'm pretty sure that didn't come. Now, I'm not here either way. It's a Wimbledon semi-final. There are huge crimes in tennis. That is a minor one that's just between the players in a way. It annoys me as well if my opponent doesn't say something, but
definitely, but it's part of the game.
I think if that's the first point of the game, she does apologise as well. It's just that she's just, nice little return there. Cat and mouse point here that's going to just land out in the end. So it's 40 love Sabalenka.
You just wonder if Sabalenka will use that as some motivation here to refocus and try to grab control of this match. This service game has been good so far.
Good return there from Amanda. She's up in this rally, but she puts the backhand long. So, well, Brenna, enjoy the finish as well. And we are going to get a finish, which is going to or might not be the finish, of course, but we are going to get the moment to see Amanda Anisimova try and serve out this match and therefore earn her place in her first Grand Slam final. And it'll be coming at Wimbledon if she does serve this out. But as I said before, looking into my crystal ball, there are not 4 first serves tumbling down here.
I think I agree.
I don't think it's not going to be served out to love either, even if it is done in a different fashion. But anyway, here we go. First serve lands in here. Decent return. Backhand, nervy backhand. That was tight. Love 15. Saba tapping her head. Yeah, she's ready for the battle. She's not done yet. I think we might be getting a break. But we are getting these first serves in that I said weren't going to be coming, and it's 15 all. Anyway.
That was a well-placed serve down the tee.
It was well-placed. She's just taking a bit of pace off it to maybe even also make it a little bit easier to get those first serves in. There we go. Second serve, 15 all. Ooh. Forehand here from Anisimova. It's going to go long. And I tell you what, she's been hitting those forehands for 20 years, okay? And she's probably hit, since she's been a professional tennis player, she's not missed many of those. I'm telling you now. That you don't miss, that forehand. You just don't.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
15-30. And as she gets to 15-40, Sabalenka will know. Lovely first serve down the tee. 30 all, though. That's earned her that point. Again, just taking a bit of pace off it and focusing on some accuracy there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. 2 points away from a Wimbledon final. Backhand return. Backhand from Anisimova. Backhand from Sabalenka's got good depth on it. Backhand Anisimova cross court. Really testing her opponent here. Forehand. Ooh. These shots are really nervy from Anisimova. She's not going for it. She's not going for it. That's not the Amanda Anisimova that we've been watching play professional tennis for the best part of 5 years.
No,
Those
that's
not Anisimova shots. Sorry, Carson?
Yeah, that's not how she got to this point of the match.
Nope.
In a position to serve for a spot in the Wimbledon final.
Just hitting balls down the middle and eventually erring, and Sabalenka knew it. Right, here we go. Break point, 30-40. Backhand return is into the net, and as soon as it came off the racket of Sabalenka, she knew it. She's screaming with a frustration as soon as that came off her racket, and long before it hit the net. Deuce. Okay. Do hit the like button, by the way, and subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. Missing that first serve by some way as well. Deuce. She would love an unreturned here, just like on the previous serve, although it was a first serve, I believe. Okay, here we go. There you go. A little gift there. She needs a gift or two, and she's got one. And now she's got a match point, Carson.
This is it. Let's see if only takes her 1 point here.
One
Just
good
1 point
serve.
away from the
One good
Wimbledon
serve
final.
and the tee. Into the body, backhand return, backhand Anisimova. It's going to go out. It's going to go out. Probably, I'd say about 20 centimeters out. It was close, but not that close. Sabalenka was there to deal with it anyway. Someone's saying, come on, Coco. That's the wrong match, my friend. Anyway. There you go to the WhatsApp. Deuce. Anisimova at serve. Where are you going with this serve? Forehand return. It's going to land in. Forehand. It's going to land in as well. She's on the defense. But this is going to be a tricky smash for Sabalenka. Can she put it away? Yes, she can. She let it bounce, obviously. Making the right choice there. I mean, the only other choice would have been a drive volley. But no. Anyway, break point, Aryna Sabalenka. They sense it. I sense it. I think Aryna senses it, and Amanda Anisimova senses it too. Probably her sense is probably more than anyone else in the world right now sensing this break. But here we go. Forehand return.
Apologize for my notification ding
there. There you go, Carson. No need to apologize at all. We've got the break because Anisimova has put a backhand long. There goes another one. So we've got the break.
All right.
Anisimova leading 5-4, but I tell you right now, it feels like she's losing this match. What are your thoughts on that attempt to serve it out?
I think Sabalenka is going to win this match.
Yeah, I just feel like whether Sabalenka wins or Anisimova wins or whatever, it just like the umpire says, "Oh, and Anisimova leading 5-4," but it doesn't feel like she's leading. It feels like she's not necessarily going to lose, but it feels like the moment she's losing. She might get lucky on the Sabalenka serve here, but
we'll see if she can make any headway in this service game. But yeah, it feels like Sabalenka has gotten to a different level mentally after Amanda didn't apologize for that neck cord. That combined with a little bit of nerves from Amanda while she was serving.
Oh, a little bit? I think she was bad. Yeah. I mean, just about every point she lost there. I mean, I'm thinking about the backhand at the end. I'm thinking about the other point that I said doesn't sum up the way she plays tennis. Just about every point. She had a match point, didn't she? There was another one, I think, that she put into the tram lines. Yeah. That's 3 of the points that she lost in that game. There's no double faults in there, at least. But anyway, she can chill again now, a bit like she did at the beginning of the set. When she went down a break, she sort of chilled again and then got the break back quickly. Oh, and there you go. Love 15. I think it's all about this game. You'd imagine if Sabalenka holds, that IBM computer will be going wild in her favor, but it could be saying 100% Anisimova in a couple of minutes. You never know. Ooh, that was a wild first serve.
Very far outside of the serves box. Right. Second serve.
It's a lot easier to return in terms of the nerves, I'm telling you. Look at the way she's playing now, Anisimova. Look at that. Backhand, drop shot slice. You see? See how easy it is? She's back to her normal self now.
Yep. All right, love 30.
Oof. This, in terms of her tennis career, could be the best moment in her tennis career, or it could be the worst, I think, in terms of this match. Amanda Anisimova. She might get 3 match points, She's going to get 3 match points as Sabalenka goes long on the backhand. She needed this. She needed this. So she's had 1 match point on her serve come and go. What about this one? We're definitely going to have a different women's champ, of course. Yeah. Please, everyone, hit the like button right now. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Sabalenka serving. Where are you going with this first serve? Down the tee. Forehand return. Backhand. It's going to go out. 15-40. That's 2 match points now. Come and go, Carson.
Still has 2 more here. But of course, she's returning for it, not serving for it. So Sabalenka will have every opportunity to get back into this game now.
Okay, where are you going to go with this serve? Going to miss it by some... The shadow and shade has just fallen as a cloud goes across the sun. Is a cloud going across Aryna Sabalenka's hopes at Wimbledon this year? Let's see. Sabalenka here, second serve. 1 double fault and it's done. Oh, there's a huge risk on that second serve, but what a great return. Wow, that hit the line from Sabalenka. Forehand here, Sabalenka. That's a tough one in terms of your nerve. She's going to come into the net for a drive volley. She doesn't put that away. The defense, is this going to land in? Is this going to land in? No. I thought that was quite close to landing in, but Sabalenka was like 5 meters away from it. So she knew it was going to land out, but for me, that was pretty close. But anyway, it did land out. So 2 match points saved in this service game. That's 3 in total that have come and gone for Amanda Anisimova. Number 4. Is it going to be 4th time lucky, which of course is not an expression commonly used, but I'm using it now to crowbar it into this particular moment. Sabalenka serving here, 30-40. She's going to get her first serve in. She is down the tee. Good forehand return. Forehand from Sabalenka. She thought about... Oh, it's done! It's done with a forehand cross-court winner. Sabalenka thought about coming into the net, and that hesitation cost her perhaps. But I tell you what, maybe even if she was on the baseline, she wasn't getting that. And it's done. Amanda Anisimova is into the Wimbledon final. And more Grand Slam heartache in 2025 for Sabalenka. But wow, as you say, Carson, Amanda Anisimova, go.
What an incredible match.
Incredible, yeah. Not always of the highest quality, particularly in that third set, but the drama. Another Wimbledon semi-final to remember, just like that Vekic-Paolini one we had a year ago. Sabalenka waves to the Wimbledon crowd again at the semi-final stage as she exits the stage left, just like she did against Jabeur in 2023 and Pliskova in 20... Was it Pliskova or Kvitova? I always get those two players muddled up. Pliskova in Wimbledon 2021. 3-set painful loss as well. Fine margins in all 3 of those semi-final losses that she's had. She's going to have to dust herself down and try and defend her US Open crown. But it's Amanda Anisimova in her first Grand Slam final at Wimbledon, no less. Give us some thoughts, Carson.
Yeah, what a great match and moment from Anisimova. Took 4 match points, but she finally gets it done, gets across the line into her first Grand Slam final, and yeah, we'll play either Bencic or Swiatek in the final. That semifinal coming up after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, what an incredible match. And yeah, if she plays like this, she can absolutely win this title in 48 hours.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's hear her now.
Congratulations. You can tell by the reaction of the crowd that we have seen something very special today. You've made some very brave decisions in your career, but today you played some very brave tennis and you are through to the finals of Wimbledon.
This doesn't feel real right now, honestly. Aryna's such a tough competitor, and I was absolutely dying out there. And yeah, I don't know how I pulled it out. I mean, she's such an incredible competitor, and she's an inspiration to me, and I'm sure so many other people. And yeah, I mean, we've had so many tough battles, and to come on top today and be in the final of Wimbledon is just so incredibly special, and the atmosphere was incredible today. I mean, I know she's number 1, but a lot of people were cheering out for me, and so I'm just gonna say So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone. And I have my beautiful family over there, my sister, my nephew, my brother-in-law, and his whole beautiful family over there. And yeah, I think my best friend is supposed to be somewhere, but I'm so you better be there if I can't see you. You're right there. Okay, good. Absolutely. And my amazing team. I mean, what a journey it's been in the last 2 weeks. I mean, has just been so special. So thank you for sharing it with me.
And not just the last 2 weeks, Amanda, but the last 2 years, because these are the people who have been there for you. Did you always believe you would get back to this point?
To be honest, if you told me I would be in the final at Wimbledon, I would not believe you. At least not this soon, because I mean, it's been a year turnaround since coming back, and to be in this spot, I mean, it's not easy, and so many people dream of competing on this incredible court. It's been such a privilege to compete here, and to be in the final is just indescribable, honestly.
You have a lot of fans here. You do not need to worry about that. What happens now? Do you have time to recover? Will you watch the next semi-final? What's the plan for the rest of the afternoon?
I mean, I'll be around for the next few hours, so I'm sure I'll get a glimpse of it. It's going to be an incredible match, and whoever comes on top, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a battle out there in the final, but hopefully I can finally spend some time with my family. I mean, I haven't had a chance to yet, because I knew today was going to be so important, and I was trying to rest as much as possible yesterday, but I mean, I think it's still relatively early, so I mean, I'll make some time for you guys.
Well, Amanda, congratulations. You are through to the Wimbledon final. Amanda Anisimova.
There we go. Amanda Anisimova taking the applause after that incredible 3-set win. Just to go through how the match unfolded, we had a pretty nip and tuck first set. There were break point opportunities for both players, but as Sabalenka was serving to stay in the first set, and a moment of regret for her, she double faults, loses her serve, and of course with it the set. Second set, again, similar to the first in terms of actually probably serving both players much even better, I would say, in terms of neither of them really under pressure on their serve until we got to 4-3. 4-3 Sabalenka. And then we had Anisimova double faulting to gift her serve and ultimately the set to Sabalenka. Beginning of the third set. And so this is, you can tell from me raising my voice, we are getting at some really crucial moments. Sabalenka breaks 1-love. And you're thinking, wow, what a bad 5 or 10 minutes for Amanda Anisimova, having seen her, almost in charge of the match, but losing several games out of several, if you know what I mean, in terms of the momentum, and then getting broken at the beginning of the third set. And you thought, okay, but then a run of 4 games in a row for Amanda saw her break back and then break once more. And at 4-1, and then ultimately as well, 5-3, I think she was when she was trying to serve it out, wasn't she? And that was the most nervous I've ever seen Amanda Anisimova. But there are not many tennis players that I've seen get that tight trying to serve it out as she was there. And she couldn't serve it out. And at that point, we thought, okay, the multiple Grand Slam winner, Aryna Sabalenka, has finally got her teeth into this match and she's not going to let go. Well, Amanda Anisimova had other ideas and won the match with a 4-hand cross-court winner. She's into her first Grand Slam final. She'll be playing Belinda Bencic or Iga Swiatek, which will be coming up shortly. Carson, final reflections on this match.
Yeah, really great win for her. First final, and for it to happen at Wimbledon, of course, is a special moment for anyone, I think. But yeah, tough matchup to go in the final against whoever she's facing. It won't be easy at all, but it will be. I think it's just going to be a great weekend of tennis. There's your IBM meter.
Yeah, the 100%. Did you see it?
Yep, 100% Anisimova likely to win this match. Yeah, so she's, this is obviously mentally and emotionally a bit of a draining match into a semifinal and getting this win. So she's got 48 hours about to recover and get ready for this final now.
Right. It's going to be another mental giant for her to try and overcome in terms of her first ever Grand Slam final. Sabalenka, second serve points won, 44%. She was vulnerable on serve throughout, and none more so than on the second serve, as Amanda, you know, not quite at will, but certainly had several breakpoint opportunities and several breaks. In fact, I'm going to find out how many times she broke. She broke 4 times, Anisimova, in that match, and taking advantage of 4 from 11. Sabalenka, 3 from 14. A little bit of regret there for her. Double faulting on set point in the first set as well, costing her that set. Having got the break back as well right at the end there, and then losing her serve again to lose the match. Anyway, I mean, it was nip and tuck. There's a point I remember that Sabalenka had as she's trying to get the break back on Amanda Anisimova before Anisimova serves it out. And there's a shot that Sabalenka had that went millimeters out. There's also that shot on top of the net that she had where she puts the forehand long when she gets broken in the third set. So yeah, many moments that for Aryna to regret, but ultimately it's Amanda Anisimova. By the way, if I've got this right, total points won, 108 for Anisimova and 106 for Sabalenka. Therein tells you just how fine the margins were. Thanks very much, Carson. We'll be catching up with you again, I'm sure, at some point soon. But for the rest of you, well, see you soon. See you soon, Carson, by the way.
All right, see you soon. Thanks, John.
Cheers.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.